Oh, come on down, people. Come on down. It's time. It's time for some livin'. Oh, hello there. Who's this? Sean? Shonathan? Hello, Shonathan. It's a great name. Come on in, guys. Come on in. It's time for some vibes. Some hug witchcraft. We're definitely going to talk... my keys. It's not really working great. Sorry. I'm not a professional. Well, technically, I made like $1.63 the other night on a live. So, that means I'm a professional. What's up, everyone? Come on in. All three of you. Look at that. Come on down. Come on down, everyone. Let's see if we can do this right. Daniel, I live in my car, and a creator flew me. I'd say basically to experience it. Any advice? Oh, you're in LA? I don't know. I kind of hate LA. There's a lot of people in LA. Very interesting people in LA. Gosh, every time I'd ever go to LA, you're just on your own path. Yeah, on your own though. Okay. I don't know. I'd always used to go there for work for my old business, and I was always like, "Fuck LA." Ugh. And then I ended up some cool little underground show and meeting a bunch of cool people and being at like some after party, and it was cool. And I was like, LA's the best. And then I'd end up driving home at like 2 a.m. And then the freeway would be closed because they were working on the whole thing, and they would reroute me, and it would take me like an extra 2 hours to get home. And I was like, I hate LA. So I kind of have a love-hate relationship with LA, mostly hate. Not that I hate or anything. Oh, this is going to be too hot. Can you see all the spirits in this steam? These are tea spirits. You guys want to talk about... We're going to talk about hug witchcraft tonight, so hang out. It's important stuff. You're depressed, bro. Any advice? Well, I'd like you to know that I love you dearly. And I hope that gives you a little tingle in your heart, because I really do. Depression is a fucker. I've been there. This is some bougie stuff. Some bougie, like hibiscus tea from Tea Republic. It was like the top shelf. Sarah was coming over, so I was like, I'm buying top shelf tea, you know? Hot. Oh, yeah, that's good tea. That's really good tea. All right, depressed. Guys, you guys are just hammering with questions. We're just getting started here, everybody. And it's like, what's the meaning of life? It's like, fuck. Give me a second to, like, drink some tea and... You know, my 26-year-old self and my 20-year-old self, and we're depressed. I'm really sorry. I know there's a lot of people that are depressed. Hey, hello, everyone. And that's the thing. I've been there. I've been like, I went to the doctor one time to see if there was some medicine for that, and I didn't end up taking it. And here's a good way to help yourself when you're depressed. Self-care is really a thing. If you can move your body, like just go get yourself outside, right? You don't feel like you want to do it. Go take a shower. That helps, right? And then get outside and take a brisk walk, right? What was that one girl? She did that fucking amazing like self-care with that silly song behind it. She's outside like walking all angry. That's so good. Oh, hey guys, come on in. Oh, we were advice for 20-year-old self or 26-year-old self. Eat an orange in the shower. Seriously, I sometimes maybe take like a sparkly water in the shower. That helps. That really does help with depression. I don't know if that helps with depression. But here's the thing with depression. Your body gets used to it, right? You get used to the habit of being depressed. And a depression is a chemical state in your body. You know, your brain's like triggering this hormone loop. So you gotta like force it out. It's like a habit, right? It's like a neurological habit, and you gotta be like, "Fuck you, habit! I'm gonna go outside." What's up, Ghee Butter? And I'm gonna go take a breath of fresh air. Oh, also, if you don't live in a place that gets a lot of sun, pro tip for real, and I'm dead serious about this, go to the tanning salon. Go tan in the bed, just like less than 10 minutes. You don't got to go crazy. You don't got to try to get tan. But there's so much vitamin D production from your entire epidermis being exposed to the UVA rays or UVB rays, UVA rays, because they filter out the UVB, which are the Bernie rays, that you feel like you get out and you're like, yes, I'm going to wrestle a bear. It helps. Vitamin D supplements help too. You got a dog, it helped. Good. Yeah, actually having an animal, someone to care for is very helpful. You hear a lot of, mothers with like postpartum depression. They're like, if I didn't have my kid, like, I wouldn't be here. So having another to care for, actually in trauma care and stuff like that too, is a really, really beautiful thing. Dance, yep. That's a good way. Just shake your ass, like dance around if you can. Sometimes you're just too depressed. Sometimes you just want to lay there and die a little bit. Like, that's okay. I feel that. Sometimes it's just situational, life's like hard at the moment. But get your thoughts focused on something cool. Watch some of my TikToks they're fucking cool. Mostly just because they'll make you a little happier because I'm shooting love lasers at you. And then try to get in, like, do things that are good for yourself, even when you don't feel like doing good things for yourself when you're depressed. Like, just make yourself do it, Am I Ukrainian? Because I'm Russian. So bad. I shouldn't be laughing at that, but it was pretty good. Oh, man. Did I come up for the slap bass? How did I? I wish I had. Oh, that would have been sick. Jesus died for your sins and sits at the right hand of the Father in heaven. Well, okay, keep talking instead of blocking me. Okay, cool. So here's what's cool about that. I actually went to seminary and learned a proper exegetical process of like interpreting scripture and things like that when I was a Christian. And theologically speaking, Jesus ascended into heaven, right? Jesus sits at the right hand of the Father, theologically speaking, if you were to actually follow the Bible. And he is there with God in heaven, this magical place filled with glory and grace. He's not in your heart. It's the Holy Spirit that indwells you. Like if you actually read the Bible and did that, if you follow those traditions. So just pro tip for anybody who... No, sorry, you can't ask Jesus into your heart. Theologically speaking, it doesn't work. He's at the right hand of the Father. Remember, he ascended to heaven, and there's supposed to be a second coming, and then all of the crazy shit happens. So, I hate to break it to you. Also, Jesus never talked about that kind of stuff. That was all written after he had ascended into heaven. But thanks for witnessing to us. Christ was a title, correct. No, actually, here's what's cool about witchcraft is trusting in things that are trying to destroy you. They're called demons. Check this out. Under Roman tabla, that was the Roman law, right, at the time. So you got to consider Rome is a fucking thing, right? 1,000-year reign. Christ was in the middle. It was like 642 years and 430-something years after. Jesus was kind of like right smack in the middle. Right? And the Romans killed Jesus. This was the empire. It was controlled by Rome. They had this wide reach over this entire empire. They had taken over most of the world. And the only law, check this out, the only law under Roman rule that you could be crucified for, and the Romans are who killed Jesus, the only law was witchcraft. So Jesus was actually killed as a witch. He was crucified as a witch because he was out there healing people and doing energy work and all that stuff like that. It's kind of a bitch, huh? Witches are great. I'm a witch. Oh wait, are you here because of the HUD witchcraft thing? Like, what's witchcraft? Does anybody know? Anybody got any good answers? This got a witness to, though. All right. What's up, Lisa? How you doing? Hey, where are you guys checking in from? Tell me how old you are, right? Ukraine, am I right? Oh my gosh, you guys are so bad. Let's not joke about Ukraine. They're having a busted up time. I've been to Ukraine twice. Nezhin, it's right outside of Kiev. Right downriver from the Chernobyl. They sold some crazy shit at the markets. There'd be some, like, weird-looking fish. I was like, don't eat these fish, guys. They were pulling them out of the river. and they had some gigantic ass carrots that these little babushkas were selling, and I was like, I don't know if you guys should be eating this stuff. I mean, it's really downriver from Chernobyl, and but it was cool. I really enjoyed Ukraine, and I really feel for the Ukrainian people. I loved them. Okay. Can't shake the feeling from the car. It's hard to really enjoy being here. What car? What are you talking about? All right, check in. Where are you guys coming from? How old are you? Huh? When did you stop calling yourself a Christian? I did when I was 19. It was so freeing. Honestly, when I was like, it was right after my whole life fell apart, which was 2016 was when it started. I kind of was still I'd always been in Christianity, and I was still playing in churches as like a professional, like in the big mega churches around San Diego and stuff, just like as a hired gun guitarist. And even though I had completely like disassociated from like the traditions of churchianity, because I was like, this is bullshit. Like, this isn't what Jesus was talking about. I'm gonna like kind of find my own path. I was still playing in churches, and I was like, well, this is kind of where the stuff happened, so I kept doing it. But then when my life fell apart and all of God's promises failed, and I had been very devout, I was like, I'm going to rethink this. And then I started reading things outside of Christianity, and I was like, oh, it's a shit show. So, hey, thanks for the rose. Thanks for the rose. Is witchcraft the devil? No, not at all. Witches actually got smeared. They got smeared. They have the lovely witch schmear you can put on your bagel if you want. I'm going to start selling that. They got smeared by the Catholic Church, the Roman Catholic Church, which was a branch of the Roman Empire. The Holy Roman Empire, 1,000-year reign, was pretty important. All of our Western culture comes from... God, you guys got me ranting about this again? Like, already? Already? For real? Okay, let's rant. Let's get fucking ranty, guys. Let me tell you a story. There was this Roman Empire, right? Holy Roman Empire, very holy. But after 1,000 years of this shit, right? It started getting a little sketchy, right? Actually, about 700 years. That was about 300 years after Christ had died. And they were like, this shit's falling apart, right? Because it's too big of a reach, like too much territory. They just couldn't pull it together. Keep in mind, Jesus was crucified as a witch. That was the only thing that you could, under Roman law, that you could kill somebody using crucifixion for. Like, if you actually understand history, if you study the Roman tablet and things like that, that's the Roman law system. And the empire was like very Star Warsy. Like, they'll choke the shit out of you if you don't obey. They get real stabby with the swords. So they had to control this shit because it was getting out of control. And there was an illiterate culture at the time. God, I have a whole podcast episode on this. Just go listen to that. Not right now. It was an illiterate culture at the time. Nobody wrote or write. Everything was oral tradition. It was 300 years after Christ had died. There was all of these different branch-offs of Christianity, or like pre-Christianity, because there was this, sensationalized figure of this man that had been loving people and healing everybody, and had probably studied in India as a yogi to gain some siddhis, some yogic powers. And there's a lot of like witchcraft and wizardry that was popular at the time. Before the Roman Empire, we had what's the place with the pyramids? Egypt and all that stuff, and that's all wizardry, hermetical stuff. Hermes, have you ever heard of them? Hermetically sealed, things like that. All of the astrology and everything. I had all this beautiful herbalism, healing people, all this energy work, stuff like that. And all of these different religious traditions had taken them. The primary religion of the time was paganism. And then you had Gnosticism, and you had the Druids, and you had all of these different branches of Christianity, and all of this. Do I have high blood pressure? Not at all. It's very low. I got some sick glasses though. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So we had all these traditions, and the problem with these traditions for Rome was just like Jesus taught, right? They show him a coin, or they're like, hey Jesus, they're gonna trick him, and they're like, hey Jesus, you should, or who should we pay our taxes to, God or Caesar? And Jesus is like, let me see the coin. Whose face is on the coin? And they're like, Caesar. He's like, all right, well, pay to Caesar what Caesar's, and God is God's. He didn't give a shit. He's like, I don't care about your religious systems, like whatever, it doesn't matter. Or your like political systems. So he was real like anti-establishmentarianism, like he was over there, fucking shit up with the Pharisees and breaking their dogmas and stuff like that. That's what Jesus was all about, and loving people, right? And so you got these teachings of people like that are free. They're healing people. Yo, what's up? Good to see you. People are getting healed through herbalism. People are getting healed through energy work and all this witchcraft and stuff like that. Witches at the time, they would wear black robes to protect them from negative energies. Every single tradition of witchcraft that I've ever looked into is all about, and we're just talking about hug witchcraft tonight, which is my own version of witchcraft. But we're diverting a little bit. All of those traditions of witchcraft are all based in love. Even everything I've ever read, and I've dated a couple crazy witches and things because I was kind of interested in it. It's like, yeah, don't do any negative stuff, because to create a negative sensation for someone else or things like that, you have to create it within yourself, and it's just as damaging for you as for the other people. So it's all about love, and it's all about healing, and it was all about good, and it's like Reiki and energy work and all that stuff. An acupuncturist would be considered a witch. Rome outlawed poetry at the time because it made people think. They outlawed all of this stuff, the soothsayers and the poets and stuff like that. Anything that made people think outside of their structure, right? And they were getting stabby with the sword and things like that at the time. There's bad witchcraft. And there's a bunch of shitty people, too, that do, I call somatic witchcraft. They just got bad vibes, but there's all sorts of evil. You don't get the good without the bad. So at the time, Rome's like, we can't have this. These people are healing people, and we're trying to tell them that there's this structure. It's just like it is in modern day. We're still been doing the same things for political control. Get one side fighting the other side, and so it's like all of these traditions of witchcraft and Jesus' teachings and things like that, like, hey, let's all just love each other and be cool. Like, calm your shit. And then when they started being cool and they were healed and they weren't fighting each other, then they wouldn't pay their taxes. So Rome was like, we got to stop this because it's the empire. And they went ahead and outlawed witchcraft. They outlawed poets. They outlawed anything that's good because they needed to control. Well, nobody could read and write at the time, so they established the Roman Church, the Roman Catholic Church, under the Holy Roman Empire. This was about 300 years after Christ had died. And when, it was enough time to get these things kind of worked up, they killed all the witches, they smashed all the things, they built the Vatican on the primary holy site for paganism. They adopted all of the traditions from all of these different religions. They said, okay, listen, we're going to do one uniform religion for Rome. Anybody that's within Rome only gets to do this religion. You can't do all of this other shit. You can't get healed. So they created, the deities of Catholicism, the Pope and things like that. And they took all of the traditions of paganism, things like Christmas trees and decking the halls with boughs of holly. And they even said, okay, you love Jesus so much, we'll make this his birthday, this big Christian, Christmas tradition, stuff like that, which they had adopted from other traditions. They just basically took all the cool shit and compiled it into one religion. And then they wrote the Bible, which they had the first canonization, about that time, 300 years after Christ had died. There weren't any teachings, anything written down about Christ, in fact, until 55 to 70 years after his death, or at least nothing that's in the Bible was written down. And so they just kind of compiled all of these teachings and things into the first canonization of the Bible, and then it didn't really work out, so they had to do the second version and the third version. And they finally got it worked out within Catholicism to say this is what it is. And then Rome ended up failing about 100 and something years after that, but the Roman Catholic Church went on. So witchcraft, there's some bad witches out there, but the majority of witchcraft was herbalism and energy work. So you go to your Chinese acupuncturist and things like that, that's witchcraft. You go get Reiki, that's witchcraft. You go get energy work, that's witchcraft. You go get trauma work, that's witchcraft. I even have a client, and one of my emotional alchemy clients, who was a former minister of the Catholic Church. He had performed over 3,000 exorcisms, and he and I were the exact same mind that anything that somebody would consider demon possession is simply just trauma, literally the feelings of trauma passing through when you're all triggered up and worked up and things like that. I've worked with clients who've had a schizoaffective disorder and bipolar, and working with them, it really just feels like all of the different personalities are nothing more than an area of their mind, their nervous system, that is reminded of that original trauma, where effectively if they get triggered into this state, they will enter into a feeling of the original trauma, and then they will respond like the young child or whatever. So I don't know. The whole thing was just a smear campaign by Rome for witches. So let's talk about hug witchcraft. That's the important stuff. Are you guys ready? You guys want to talk about hug? What are you guys talking about here? Is emotional alchemy witchcraft? I don't know. It's just my own thing that I came up with to heal my shit when I was going through it, and it seems to work. It does work really well. I mean, yeah, it would probably be considered witchcraft. So, yeah, that's fine. If you want it to be witchcraft, it'll be. It's bad that witchcraft is witchcraft that hurts people, which is bad. Wait. You can. Here's the thing. Like, I have this hand, right? See this hand? I could love people with this hand and help heal people with this hand, or I could punch you in the face or give you a nice like throat jab. It's just a hand. It's the intent behind the hand that makes it what it is. So, yeah, there can be bad witches. Somebody says I'm a witch and they do stupid shit. Yeah, there's a bad witch. Somebody says I'm a witch and they do nice shit. Like, there's a witch. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. It's all your perspective. But you just got to understand that Rome was a massive... Rome, we are Rome. We're still Rome. Like, all of the influence from Rome. We've talked about railroad tracks before, right? Do you know why railroad tracks are like 4 feet, 6 inches, something apart? Anybody know? Anybody? That's because the donkey carts were that wide, because the axles were that wide. So they said, okay, well, we have all these donkey carts are standardized to be this wide, so we better just make the railroad tracks that wide so we can retrofit them to run on the railroad tracks, right? Well, why were the donkey carts that wide? Because all the wagons of the time were that wide, because they had a standardized axle. Well, where did all the fucking wagons come from? Well, they had come from Europe, from Rome. And why were all the wagons that wide? Because the ruts in the road were that wide. All these roads that the Romans had built. And why were the roads that wide, or the ruts in the roads that wide? Because of all the Roman chariots. And why were all the Roman chariots that wide? Because they standardized it. Because it was a 1,000-year reign. And they didn't want their axles getting fucked up. And they wanted to make it easy. They standardized everything. It was a Roman standards. Right? You ever heard of that? So that's why it's like all of our traditions and the way we feel about stuff like witchcraft and religious stuff is all from Rome. Even the way we control things politically. I mean, you look at the Colosseum, right? Anytime the peasants were having an uprising, what would they do? Let's have some games. Yay, let's go kill some Christians with the lions and stuff like that. Kill the witches with the lions. And why did they do that? They did it to distract the people. And look at us. It's like, hey, what happens during the Super Bowl? All the bills get signed. It's the same shit. It's the same exact shit we've been doing for millennia. And people keep buying into it until you like wake up a little bit to that and open your mind. So, you're a nice witch? Good. Good. You're welcome for my existence. I just do my thing. Exactly. Thank you. Hello from OC. Orange County? Holistics. Ritualized holistics. There's a witch, guys. Ritualized holistics. Savannah, she's a witch. I'm going to follow her. Kundalini. You getting the tingles, Savannah? You little witch. We're going to activate our Huggalini energy in a little minute here. Okay. Which podcast talks about emotional alchemy? Which episode? I talk about the stuff a lot. I don't know if I talk about emotional. I think I do in 1 or 2 of my episodes. Like, I don't know. My podcast is called Life is a Thing. How did I heal my trauma? Well, I didn't have any money for therapy and things like that, and I was real fucked up from my business crashing, my wife walking out, and losing all my friends and all my identities and everything. My whole life got turned upside down. So I just sat and meditated a lot, read a lot of books, practiced with some psychedelics. Probably I had a whole bunch of evil spirits coming to my life for all the Christians out there, but I ended up coming to a space of peace within myself and healing and acceptance of all the beauty around me and all the shit. Because when you accept the shit, you can accept the beauty. So I don't know. And then the practice of emotional alchemy was this methodology of deeply feeling into my body that I learned to like identify sensations, realizing they all kind of line up with the chakra system, which also goes in line with the Western medical system. Read a ton of shit about trauma. how the brain works, how the nervous system works, and all that stuff, and came up with a nice method called emotional alchemy, which is just a way of deeply feeling into your sensations of your body and the stuff. Like, think about it, right? Your partner leaves you, your girlfriend leaves you, your boyfriend leaves you, your dog dies, your grandma dies. What happens? Oh, I got a pit in my stomach. Ugh. Well, why do you have a fucking actual physical sensation from a thought, huh? It's because your endocrine system is triggering hormones into an energy center. And the more we research into these energy centers and the way that the memories are stored, they're actually stored in the body, especially trauma and stuff like that. You have brain cells in your heart, like memory cells within your heart. And all of these energy centers from the chakra system, from Eastern medicine, line up with these little nadis, these little nerve bundles on your Western medicine nervous system. And you got Kundalini gal over here. Where are you at, Savannah? Yeah, not really into Stoic philosophy. I've read a little bit about that. You got all that, the feelings of your nervous system and stuff. And there's just a whole lot more going on than we think about. Because actually, from ancient Rome, speaking of Rome, we had this dynamic of these two philosophers. I cannot remember their names. They're probably unpronounceable by the modern tongue. But one guy was like, hey, everything is one. Like, spirit and body, it's all one, suckers. And then the other guy was like, nope, this is flesh, and then spirit's something else, right? The guy that said that they're all one ran off to the east, and the guy that said that it's separate stayed with Rome, which is now our entire Western culture. So all the emotional alchemy stuff is kind of this big hybrid of everything. And it works. It's like a little mushroom trip, honestly. You go in there, you go into the pain portal. It's kind of like having a little bit of a bad trip because you go into the real heavy stuff, but when you go into the heavy stuff and you actually have the physical sensation of pain, you get a little injection of cortisol. Cortisol opens up your neuroplasticity. It allows you to have new thoughts. I take you in a little meditative state, and we open up. You learn things about yourself. You learn why you've been feeling the way you've been feeling your entire life, because all of those feelings that you've been feeling, all the negative stuff, are very much like an emotional habit that you've been carrying since childhood. And so once you open that stuff up, especially with a little bit of open neuroplasticity, so you can learn something new, through the pain portal, you have these revelations, and then you feel it in your body, like, and you're like, oh my gosh. People will be like, what is this? I feel like I'm lifting out of my skin. And I'm like, yeah, that's just you experiencing the joys of life, you know? You feel everything around you. You activated your Happalini energy. That's like Kundalini energy, but just happiness. Oh, wait, what am I talking about? I don't fucking know. No, I was talking about my practice of emotional alchemy. It's the therapy methodology that I do for people for my day job when I'm not making videos. All the videos, if you watch every one of my videos, there's probably like 500 of them, you'll probably pick up all my tricks. And I wish I could just do it for free for everybody, but I also have kids and things like that, and bills, and, you know. So I have to charge people. And I honestly can only do about 2 to 3 sessions a day. If I did 3 sessions every day, I would be wasted, because it takes a lot out of me. I feel it in you and help you walk through it. Also, my lovely Sarah is coming on very soon, full-time, so she'll be taking calls as well. So if any of you need help working through your shit, we're here for you. If you listen to my podcast, you'll learn a lot about how to heal things, or at least the concepts. If you watch all the videos, you'll also learn a lot. I try to get as much out there for free as possible. How do you get over a narcissistic relationship? I just got out for 3 years. I was in one of those for like 11 years, okay? Rehydrate, guys. Get your waters out. Let's do a little self-care. If you go to my profile, which you should be following this, there's a little link tree. There's some shit in there. It's called Life is a Thing. Are you drinking your water? Stay hydrated. I've only been doing this for like 20 minutes and I already got to pee. This is... Yeah, we need a lot of support. I guess milk works, Kyle. That's cool. I mean, you know. We were supposed to be talking about hug witchcraft. First off, everybody, you still studied yoga in an ashram in India and it still doesn't make sense to me. That's fine. Yoga doesn't make sense to... Here's what yoga is, like the practice of the bendy body stuff. you have a toroidal field of energy that is you. You are an electromagnetic being. You are an atomic structure, right? You got this little atom, you got electrons spinning around a little nucleus. My nails are painted because I fell asleep yesterday and my daughter painted them. It's a really shitty job too. She's 10 and she just really, honestly, it's like you're sleeping outside, you know? I thought she'd do better. I thought she'd do a little cuticle work, you know? Maybe buff them out so there weren't ridges, but no. Looks pretty sweet. Anyway, thank you. I do like this hat. It's pretty great. I got it from a hippie friend. It says starseed on it. The idea of starseed is that little bit of carbon that is the nucleus of all your atoms. That somehow that came from space, or that your consciousness is enrooted in some distant solar system. It gets real hippie out there. I ignore all that shit and live my life because that's all we have. It's people school. We were talking about the fact that you're an electromagnetic being and you have this energetic flow through you. Yoga. You have a flow of energy that goes right from your butthole up through your heart, out your head, toroidal field. It's also your aura. We can see this in radiology imaging. Joe Dispenza does a lot of work. Taking pictures of this shit and stuff like that. There's some older studies on it as well, and it pervades all of the Eastern traditions that weren't wiped out by Rome. So if you've been hanging out since the beginning. Yogic postures are to put your body in a particular position so you feel a different flow of energy. I'm sitting in like a lotus kind of posture right now. You can see the legs are here. So if I was sitting straight backed in a lotus posture, holding any particular mudras, things like that, as I was meditating, I could maybe feel a different energy. It would create a different energetic flow through me. And that's kind of the idea, to manipulate your energy flows of you, because you are an energy flow. You are energy at your meta level. So yoga is like kind of a way to be mindful of that energy flow while putting your body in different postures. I also think of it like there were some dudes stretching and they were like, ooh, when I do this stretch, it feels nice. You know? And they're like, oh yeah, you feel that? That does feel nice. And so then they wrote down this tradition of it. Or if like you're into Kundalini or something like that, like Yogi Bhaja, he just took a bunch of traditions from Tantra and from yoga and movement and things like that and just smashed them all up in one and made up a bunch of crazy shit words and was like, you can activate the Kundalinis in your weenies, and people do it. It's cool too. You can feel some tingles big time. You can rise your Kundalinis if you want. It's a thing. Like, you can feel it. You can get some snakes crawling up your spine. I don't know, but it's all just all of it. All the traditions, all of the Kundalinis and all of the robes and the crystals in your ass and the burning the sage and everything. All of it. Nothing but energy. And at the end of the day, it is your ego, your alpha waves of consciousness, like your alpha brain waves, specifically your low alpha brain waves. That is your ego, which is less than 10% of your experience, describing the experience. The experience of humanity, of you. Here's some spirits. Do you see them? Look how spiritual that is. Little smoke spirits. I think of these smoke spirits as little bits of unburnt sage that hasn't fully atomized, and there's little bits of carbon that are not fully burnt off, because that's what smoke is, that goes into the air. So it disperses it, and you smell it. It smells nice. Kills 94% of airborne bacteria. Spirits. You see them? I had some tea spirits earlier. Oh, I don't know if you can still see them. There's still a few tea spirits in here. Pretty knowledgeable and fun to listen to. What else you guys want to rant about? How long did it take you to become this knowledgeable? I just read a lot of stuff. I haven't practiced a lot of martial arts other than skating, which is sick. It's like a martial art. It's not, but skating's all about flow, baby. You just gotta, if you don't want to eat shit and die, It's cool. This is what's great about skating, is it's a teacher, right? It teaches you to stay right in your moment. Stay right, just right with your board. Because if you don't, you'll eat shit and you'll be in the asphalt and it's really painful. Like, it just grinds you. It's a grinder, you know? You just get all beat up. And so you learn, like, pay attention to your moment, you know? Just be right there with it. Stay in the flow, and you got to move your body to do it, and you have to be limber to do it and strong to do it, so then it keeps the meat suit working, and then this mindset of, like, I'm just right here, right now. It's very yoga-like. What makes you cry lately? I usually just cry. I don't really cry about sad things anymore. I cry when it's, like, really happy. I'm just, like, so, like, a client. Sometimes I'll cry with a client to help transmute energies, but it's their tears I'm crying for them. Like, I feel it deeply in them, and I'll weep sometimes when they like don't know how to let it out, and it brings it through. It's like a shaman thing. I do not claim to be a shaman. It's just the same energetic thing. What non-fictional books do you recommend? Dune, always. Fucking incredible. Also, another book I liked, I actually really like the Wheel of Time series. I saw they put that on Amazon. My kids and I watched some of that. It's nowhere near as good as the books, but that whole series is cool. Joe Abercrombie's stuff is great. It's all like kind of Game of Thrones-y sword play, but I love it. It's so dark. It's funny as shit. Like, it's funny in like a really dark way. I love it. More history of Rome and religious stuff. Oh man. I'm glad you love the lives. Longboarding is great self-care. And what, Cody? Cody's, I'm going to follow you. Is that cool, Cody? Cody's a yogi. Just think of skating as yoga, dude. Like, just be mindful with your moment and move your body and just, like, flow with it. Just, ooh. Now, remember, kids, if you can hula hoop, like, you can probably skateboard. Because that's the same kind of motion. You got to keep those hips loose and the legs loose. And I can hula hoop. Let me tell you, I get hoopy. Anytime there's a hula hoop, I will hoop the shit out of that thing. But honestly, like, that motion of hula hooping, if you can stay that kind of loose on a board and just let it flow around, that's when it gets really fun. You know what I'm saying? What am I doing? You'd love it. Mid-do? What are you saying? Mid-do? Oh, damn, I didn't mean to send those last two. I was real confused there. I was like, a mid-do? Is this a new kind of yoga? Hey, what kind of yoga do you do? Mid-do. It's a thing. Okay. You guys want to do more church Rome stuff? Yeah, let's do questions. Tips on racing mind while you're trying to fall asleep. Ooh. You can do some yoga nidra. Just do this. Instead of letting your mind race, focus on putting your bodies to sleep. Lay there and just be like, all right, toes, you were getting very sleepy. Whatever you want to do. Don't make it all crazy because you're trying to slow your mind. Just focus on your toes. Focus on the sensation of my toes are going to sleep. The bottoms of my feet are going to sleep. The tops of my feet are going to sleep. My ankles. Just let the feeling, like, put your presence right there. Put your awareness right at that spot. And just work your way up your body. Each little muscle group. Okay, you are going to sleep. I mean, my legs are falling asleep, right? I'm probably going to fall over. And just work your way up your body. And by the time you get to your brain hole, you'll be like, you're donezo. Okay? Or you could look up like a yoga nidra meditation to play while you're falling asleep. Put your focus somewhere other than your mind. Yeah. Yep, podcast is on Spotify as well as iTunes. Tips on brain fog, food, diet, things like that. Very important. Keep your diet clean. We have a lot. Someone was going on about contrails the other day, or chemtrails, and I was like, sweet, buttery baby Jesus, guys. The government doesn't have to spray you with chemicals. Like, everybody's dumb enough just to eat it in their food. All they do is say, buy this food, and you go, okay, yum, yum, yum. Eat some fruit, right? Just make it as organic if you can find it. Eat a bunch of fruit. Eat really simple things. Don't eat all the shit and processed foods. And you won't have all the chemicals which jam up your nervous system. And your nervous system is the wiring of your body, right? And so if you're not clogging up the wiring in your body with things that are fucking up your neural receptors and that are causing inflammation around your spinal column and your vagus nerve and things like that, then your nervous system works better and your brain hole works better and you can think. Get some exercise, drink your water. Drink your water, guys. Man, I'm gonna have to piss. Chemtrails are to change the weather. There is like seeding programs, right? Cloud seeding programs, but they are so very rare, right? All of the contrails that you see, the little lines across the sky, those are an atmospheric event. Those are caused from the lift factor. It's a Venturi effect. When an airfoil is created, so this is an airfoil, like at the side cut of a wing, looks like this, if you've ever seen the shape of a wing. The bottom is flat, the top is rounded over. What happens when the air splits, the molecules try to reconnect because they're like, holy fuck, we've been separated at birth, we gotta get back together. So one goes over the top faster and the other one goes under slower, and it creates a low pressure area which sucks the wing up into the air. When that happens, just like how clouds are formed, you have a high and low pressure area, there is a condensation event from the water molecules in the air. That's why you only see contrails on certain days with particular atmospheric conditions. So the majority of the lines that you see, all the lines in heavily populated areas, guess what? There's a fucking airport there, and planes are flying at a little lower altitude in these atmospheric conditions. You get this little cloud. It's a cloud line. If you were to take a 747 can, I think it's 120,000 pounds. No, 500,000? I can't remember shit. Basically, I went over this on a video when William Boeing invented commercial aviation back in the 1920s. He did the trigonometry equations with the airfoil and things like that with the turbines to create enough thrust to create the high or low pressure area to get an airplane in the ground with enough passengers on it, which is like 543 or something like that, plus luggage, plus food, plus water, plus fuel and things like that, so it wouldn't gross overload the plane, and he'd be able to make enough money flying people around the world, right? So you cannot put enough fluid on there at about 8 pounds a gallon approximately. On there, a super tanker 747 holds 120,000 gallons of water, which is the exact same weight, whatever the math is on that, as like 547 passengers plus luggage. It's like the same fucking equation. So you cannot, like all of the commercial airliners you see flying people are not spraying things. None of them are. There are cloud seeding programs where they've played with spraying aluminum particles into the air to create different atmospheric events and manipulate the weather. People like Bill Gates and stuff have talked about it. I don't really fucking trust the billionaires, so they're making money off the whole business of the government and everything anyway. So of course they're going to play into the same story. So don't believe that shit. It doesn't make any sense. Like from a historical standpoint of aviation, it doesn't make sense from a standpoint of physics. It doesn't make sense from the third law of thermodynamics, and it doesn't just fucking make sense at all. And what pilots are flying around the country spraying their friends and family and fucking up the weather? Like that doesn't make sense. All the things you see in the air are just clouds from an airplane flying through, creating from the Venturi effect a high and low pressure area to create lift on the wings, and then that's where we get our contrails. Yes. They've experimented with cloud seeding and things like that. That's a thing. It is so isolated that probably none of you have experienced it. So don't stress out about that stuff. Stress out about taking care of yourself. Stress out about taking care of your emotions. Stress out about, don't stress out about anything, but just be good to people. Like put your focus on that. Put your focus on those things. Because if you can change your reality of you, and that changes the reality of everyone around you, and that keeps spreading out, and that keeps spreading out, and that keeps spreading out. And pretty soon, nobody puts up with that bullshit anymore. Anybody who's trying to do some kind of cloud seeding program and do the weather, everybody around them's like, no, we're not going to do this shit. We're not going to try to like manipulate anything. We're not going to do the HARP stuff. We're not going to do any of that. So just work on you and stop worrying about all these stupid conspiracy theories that don't have any like scientific backing. And also study your physics. You wouldn't be so confused about life. And if you don't understand general Newtonian physics, don't go fucking around with the quantum physics. Like, that's way too deep for you. I barely can understand that shit. That is some real time bendy, space bendy stuff out there. And if you're thinking about different dimensions and things, that's string theory. That ties together Newtonian and quantum physics. Just work on your heart. Like, work on loving people by loving yourself. Do that first. And just don't get me started. Okay. Podcast once again. The name of the podcast is Life is a Thing. Chemtrails are to change the weather. Yes. Chemtrails, yes, but you don't ever see chemtrails. Like, you haven't experienced those. Highly likely. And it's such a, like, if you understood aviation and how planes can only fly with a certain amount of weight and how much liquid that would take. Have you ever watched a super tanker dump on a fire? It's like one shit. That's it. Flies through, it's it. Done. Right? To spray enough liquid through the sky in like a 70-foot cloud that you can actually see because there was enough molecules of this liquid or whatever it is, aluminum in the air, it flies in the face of physics. Note the flying pun. All right. Okay. Life is a Thing is the podcast. I'm not sure people are smart enough to understand, though. What is the business you had? It was called Salvage Custom. We made cool cases. We made guitar equipment and stuff. Here, there's one right here. This amp you see with that sweet zombie burst tweed was a thing that I made. So we did all these really cool like pedal boards and cases and stuff. All these like vintage, that kind of look like vintage suitcases and stuff like that. Teaching us aerodynamics so simply. Wish I was a science teacher growing up. I should teach science. I never really did school. I just learned stuff. Is there a spiritual discipline you focus on more than others? Meditation is my chemical, my drug of choice. I saw chemtrails here. If chemtrails occur, they can't control us. We need to cut the poison or we have to control. Yeah, just military planes. Yes, military planes are a thing. Guess who flies military planes? Like your friends. How many people do you know in the military? How many people do you know that are in some government conspiracy flying around spraying things? Think about all the people you know right now. And then how many of them are involved in some government conspiracy? Let me just think real quick. I know a lot of fucking people. I can't think of a single fucking one of them. I used to hang out with 5 Navy SEAL dudes that lived out in my neighborhood in Hamul. These guys that trained down at Camp Pendleton. And they lived in Hamul because they liked to be away from people. And I lived out in the hills there. And we'd like meet up in the morning and we'd work out. And we'd just hang out and have like a little men's group thing. And one of the guys worked for, what was it called? It was like the communications base. And it was effectively, they did the propaganda. Which is the thing, government. And honestly, all of the chemtrail conspiracy stuff, if the government is admitting to it, it's a misinformation campaign. They're trying to distract you from all the shit they're putting in your food. Like, that's the whole gimmick. Because they know people are dumb as rocks and they're going to go, oh gosh, look at these natural atmospheric events. They're spraying us. I'm a fucktard. Meanwhile, they're like, eat this donut, you jackass. Like, give me a break, guys. Okay, don't get me started. Anyway, this guy AJ, he worked in Afghanistan and in the Iraq War. He worked for the communications stuff because he could also speak Arabic, and they would do all the translations and things like that. And they were part of like the propaganda. And he was like, yeah, 80% of the stuff you see on the news is not accurate. It's like based in some truth, but they tweak everything to meet a particular agenda to create feelings within you. So then you keep fighting and things like that. It's a propaganda machine. Fuel is probably the first. Okay, from now on, that will be called Yak Trails. Yeah. Plus, there's something or another. Okay, awkward. So awkward when friends and family try to talk about chemtrails. Yeah, just tell them to watch my lives and I'll bust their brains. Do magic carpets work? Yeah. Hell yeah. What's up, guys? What's up? Quantum is cool. Dude, you have helped me so much. Honestly, I wish I could really talk to you. You can. Okay, so here's the thing. I do therapy work with people for my day job. It's expensive. It's $175 a session, and you will have some breakthroughs every single time if you're ready. You gotta want it though. Like, you really gotta be ready to drop your bullshit. I'll take you right into some subconscious stuff, help you unbury your old patterns and things like that. You'll learn some stuff, and it's great. People have breakthroughs like all the time, and I love seeing them come alive. It's great. Sometimes it's like one session and they're good. Sometimes they'll get like 5 sessions. Sometimes they'll do a little bit of coaching for a little while. Most of the time, it's usually just like a session or two, and somebody has enough breakthrough and they figure out how to like release these things. Since it's expensive, my lovely Sarah and I are setting up a group call to try to teach everybody how to do this, like get in down in their feelings and things like that. Which we're going to try to do $40 a head, just for the regular Joe and or people that can't afford a full session. And so you can sign up on the website form on my website, danieltyack.com, and just say, hey, I'm interested in the group call. My website is not very fancy. It's just like a contact form. I haven't done anything with it. So it's just me and Sarah on the other end. It's nothing, no big time thing. Okay. Oh, God, these comments. How long is the session? Usually about an hour and a half. You just finished with therapy after 2 years. Nice. People, I don't want to like bash on that. I'm glad you finished with therapy. Like, bravo. I very often have people who are like, I went to therapy for 10 years and this was more effective. And I'm like, cool, like rock on. So if you want to just learn how to actually like free yourself. I know a guy and a gal. If you guys want to work with some feminine energy, the lovely Sarah, oh, I cannot wait for her to start doing calls. Her last day of work is on Friday. The school she's teaching at, she's coming on full time, and she'll be doing calls as well as managing the schedule and things like that. She is phenomenal. So, like if it's hard, like if you have some real heavy man wounds, I would honestly recommend working with me if you have like man wounds and things like that, because I love you dearly, as I only have love for you, and to be able to sit in those things with masculine energy is healthy to heal those. But if it's just real scary, Sarah is the most loving mother energy that you will ever experience. If you have some mother wounds as well, she can absolutely show you what love is in that regard and help you heal your shit, you know? So either way, either one of us is good. Not expensive if it works. No, it's not expensive. If it's honestly, I've had people like one session have complete like massive life breakthroughs, and sometimes it takes a little bit more, and it's good. Yeah, well, hit the website up. It's easy. It's good. That's truly. I'm here. I don't want to just like be like, hey, buy my services, guys, because I think that's bullshit. I want everyone to heal. I just honestly can't do more. When I do the session with you, I tap in with you emotionally, and I've almost thrown up before. I've wept before, like feeling people's emotions. I tapped on this one guy and I was like, whoa, I was like, bro, what the fuck? Let's take it easy, you know, like let's take this like a little bit at a time. Because it was just so heavy. It's so heavy. Yes, empath. Yes to empath. They just have to be ready to hear it. See, it's not me telling them anything. That's the thing. It's not me telling you anything. It's not like therapy, like, well, I think you should do this. It's you finding out the true stories of why you've been feeling that way the whole time. These subconscious things that are trapped away in you. You have a couple events. I'll tell you like the little preamble I always tell my people when they first come in. Oh, gosh, I totally got to pee, you guys. This is bad. Okay, I'll tell you the preamble, then I'm going to go pee while you talk amongst yourselves. You have a couple things going on when it comes to trauma and just life in general. In life, you could just consider life experience like kind of traumatizing. Because first off, it starts genetically. It gets passed down from your parents. The same way your face looks a little bit like your mom and a little bit like your dad, your feelings are a little bit like your mom and a little bit like your dad. Like, that's the genetic programming. The way they felt about shit, the traumas and things that they had, it's like, here you go, have all my bullshit. Then they go ahead and they tell you, like, hey, here's the bullshit you're supposed to believe, and then they go ahead and model it to you. They show you. Even if they don't tell you, they model it energetically. And seeing as that we are electromagnetic energetic beings, we are affected affected by the magnetic pull of things. People around us, you feel people's vibes. You know when somebody's in a shit mood. You know when someone's in a good mood. You like watching my videos because I'm projecting love at you the whole time. Oftentimes people are like, I don't even know what you're talking about, Daniel, but I really like this. And I'm like, yeah, that's because I just love you. So that's a vibe. Like you pick that up through the quantum field. The same way that this, I'm sitting here spitting sound waves out, which are hitting a little conductor here, which is rattling at a certain frequency, the frequency of whatever the sound waves are that are coming from my voice. They go through space. You know, Steve Jobs gets all buttered up, the ghost of Steve Jobs and Elon Musk, and they wrestle an alien. Right? And then the things go through a satellite and they come back to your phone, and a little speaker vibrates for you, and it hits the sound waves and all the air molecules, and then you can hear it. Maybe you're in earbuds hearing it, and it hits you instantly, like with very, very little lag. It's the same thing in the quantum field. It's the same way radio waves work. Like you are a radio. We were going to talk about hug witchcraft, which is important, but now we're here. Hug witchcraft is also like a radio. So you have this energetic thing going on. Your bones are piezoelectric. I don't know if you know this. This is what Tai Chi exercises are when you flex your bones, the Jackie Chan 1-inch punch, which is all this force conducted. They actually emit frequencies the same way that this little guitar pickup works right here. You see this? There's little crystals under here. When this string vibrates, you see it vibrating? It creates a pressure on this, which then creates an electrical current through the piezoelectric effect. And then it farts out little guitar farts right here, and you can put them into an amp and blast them out of sound system, right? That's piezoelectricity. Your bones are piezoelectric. Your pineal gland is piezoelectric. Your bones and pineal gland are like a radio. It's the same way old school quartz radios work, like the dial radios, before it was all the digital junk. Not junk, the digital things. That's the same principle, piezoelectricity. So you are picking up the vibrations from people all the time, and you are putting out vibrations, hertz, frequency. That's the vibe. And that is it is like a telepathic communication. You're picking that up all the time, and you are shifted by that. You're also shifted by the planets and the sun, which are these giant celestial magnetic bodies, which that's why astrology and stuff affects you. That's why you're like, I feel a different way today. Oh yeah, everything's in retrograde. When something's in retrograde, it's a bunch of planets all lined up together, creating like this beam of magnetic pull, which then gets us, all of our atoms, like pulling one way or the other, because we're nothing but a bunch of atoms stuck together with magnets. Okay, so you're an electromagnetic being, and you're affected by all the shit around you. So all of your parents, everything that they taught you, it doesn't matter what they said, it matters how they feel, because you get that programming genetically, and then you're hanging out with them, and you start feeling the same way they feel. It's the same if you get a bunch of women living in the same house. All of their cycles line up. It's like this electromagnetic, energetic thing, and everybody starts having their cycle at the same time. We are electromagnetic beings. All of the electromagnetic electricity and stuff that flows through, if you have 4.8 billion volts in your cells, if you added up all your cells, it's not a lot of amperage. You're not like shooting lasers out of your dick or anything like that. You're just a lot of volts. All of that energy are your emotions, your nervous system. What do you think that is? How do you think my hand is moving here? I'm having a thought, and that's not even an alpha brainwave thought. That's a beta brainwave thought, because I know that subconsciously, if I move my hands around, it's gonna create a better effect with you. It's a form of nonverbal communication, and I don't do it on purpose. It just happens. So that's a brainwave, but that's a beta brainwave. That's not even a conscious brainwave, which are your alpha brainwaves, which are transmitting information constantly. So your parents affect you massively. However your parents felt, you feel. And if they had traumas, you have traumas. Right? You get these energetic signatures within you. What do you think a feeling is? It's an energetic flow through your body. So then you got something like a big trauma, which you have a particular reality, and then some big trauma happens, and now you have a bunch of neural bonding. That's what we talk about, neuroplasticity and things like that. All your neurons connect together. It's like touching a hot stove. When you see the hot stove, then you touch the hot stove, your optical neurons and your finger neurons know exactly what a fucking hot stove is. So even when you see the hot stove, you could be like, oh, I'm going to touch that stove. And your fingers are going to be like, no, you're not, you motherfucker. We know what that is. So if you have a traumatic event in your life, all of your neurons know, like, stay away from this. So you've been in a shit relationship and it hurt. Next time you get in a relationship, it's going to feel the same way, because you've established a particular energy and a particular habit and a particular way of feeling. It's an energetic pattern. And then, so that's like trauma stuff, and it actually burns stuff out of your brain. It burns out the memories a lot of the times when it's a big trauma. Because when you have that burnout, it's a protection mechanism of the autonomic nervous system. It's like when a gazelle gets its leg bitten by a lion on the Serengeti, it'll still run away. It'll keep running away till it's dead. You can shoot a deer and it will keep running until it bleeds out. It doesn't lay down there and go, ow, oh fuck, I'm dying. That's the ego that tells you that. But animals don't have an ego. They just have the autonomic nervous system. So that nervous system tries to get them to get away, and it burns out the thoughts. It's like, nope, we didn't get shot. We're just running away. Nope, we didn't get our leg bitten off. We're just running away. The same thing happens to us, but it's like emotionally in our ego, things like that, which is the alpha brainwaves of consciousness. And then you also have an event called synaptic pruning in your REM cycles of sleep. Whenever you're sleeping, the little brain bots go through, and they're like, what did we do today? Let's put this here, put this here. We can see this in brain labs. It's very clear. And if you don't access a memory, the same as if you study and cram for an exam, and then you don't think about the shit, where does it go? It's gone, magically gone. So you can have some negative events, some emotionally dysregulated parents, some shit event happen to you in school, bullying, stuff like that. And you can be like, oh, I'm going to be tough, I'm going to push this down, I'm going to push this down. And you forget the original events from synaptic pruning. So where do all these events go? They get stored in the body energetically. Your feelings, your subconscious sensations, because you as an electromagnetic being, even on the Western scale of medicine, we can look at brainwaves and we can see our alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and theta brainwaves. That's the energetic makeup of you. Your alpha brainwaves are your consciousness. When you're in high alpha, you're in trigger, you're in fight or flight, you're in a state of autonomic nervous system arousal in your sympathetic nervous system. You're in fight, fright, freeze, or fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Those different ones, I don't know if you've heard of those. You can go into this state of protection. It's like it's an artifact of our evolution. So you end up in one of these states. Your brainwaves go into high alpha. There's an area, left hemisphere of your brain that goes offline. You're all forward thinking, okay, how do I get out of this situation? It's like an animal running from a predator. They're just going to bounce here, and they're going to bounce here, and they're going to bounce here, and they're going to run away. So you're conscious of it, but you're not like in control of that consciousness. This, my communication to you, you watching this, you thinking about what you want to eat, things like that, that's all in low alpha. So if you take those brain waves and you go alpha, beta, gamma, delta, theta, and you break them up all into 2 ranges each, your experience of humanity, the way you think things should be, everything that you know is less than 10%. Everything else is a felt sensation. So all of those traumas and things like that, as a memory, go down in your body. And they hold somewhere, somehow, magically, in your energy centers, in your chakra system, all that shit. So you have a feeling now, but you don't have an active memory of it. And even when you do have an active memory in trauma, our brains rebuild what's called a cover story, and you can see it. Oh, I love the witch hat. You can see this in Bessel van der Kolk's work and in Peter Levine's work. What happens is your ego, your alpha brainwaves want to know why you feel that way, and so then it rebuilds a cover story. It says, "Oh yeah, well I feel that way because of this," and you start believing it just to keep yourself sane. So then you feel a certain way, and any context can trigger you into that. That's why you have social anxiety when you walk into a room. You don't know why, but all of a sudden you're like, ugh. Because maybe somebody with that particular color shirt on, or that particular vibration, that particular feeling from them was traumatic to you at one point in your life. Now, it's been pushed out of your conscious thoughts. It's in your beta thoughts. Just like how my hands were moving around as I'm communicating. We weren't thinking about that until I brought it to light, and then it went up into alpha thought. It was in beta thought before that, non-conscious thought. So it's the same thing with all the traumas and stuff like that. So the emotional alchemy system is a way to feel into those things, and through the pain portal of a little injection of cortisol, opening up neuroplasticity so you can have a new thought, these old memories and things are brought to the surface, and then you can reprogram them in their current reality. I expect you guys to remember all of that. You're going to be quizzed. Dating apps, yeah. If you like dating apps, go for it. The brain is definitely a beta. Did you guys learn anything? Physical illness. Oh, yeah. Physical illness can very much come from thoughts. What do you think autoimmune things are? I actually healed a bunch of psoriasis on my body when I healed my emotions, and I had tried all kinds of things before that. And then, when I healed my emotions, psoriasis went away. Weird, huh? Pickled garlic. What are you guys talking about? Is that my internet sister? It is. What's up, Becca? Hey, are any of my internet children here? Where's Clifford? Where's Ellie? You ended up my mushroom trip, turned on TikTok, ended up here. Yes. Oh, this is the perfect place to be if you just got out of a mushroom trip. Welcome. Yes, I lost all memory of going through a bad divorce. Yep. Trauma. Call me. We'll work shit out. You should check out the book, Healing the Wounded Child. That sounds like a cool one. Deep diving into my mother trauma is life-changing. Didn't know oh, yeah. Woo! Parent trauma is big, big, big stuff. I love it when you talk about atoms. Oh, I'm going to use that as like a pickup line. Actually, my lovely Sarah jokes that my pickup line was something about alpha brainwaves. She's a super nerd, too. She gets after it. Smart as shit. Oh, my gosh, her brain. You wait till she's not busy being a single mother that takes primary care of her children all the time and she has time to write books because your brains will explode. She's truly something else. Have to hear that again probably many times. If you listen to my podcast, I definitely talk about all this stuff a lot. And what's up, Brenda? Brenda, are you still healed? We healed you last night, remember? Are you practicing being healed? I did record it. It's on TikTok recorded. I could download it. All right, listen to me, guys. I need you to do something for me. I want you to all talk amongst yourselves, right? I'll bring a picture of Sarah over. Maybe I'll put it back up on the wall. I want you to talk amongst yourselves because I got to pee. So just everybody calm down. Here. Brenda, don't forget you're healed. We're back, guys. I think I wounded my bladder. I waited too long. You know, when you wait too long, you wound your bladder. Yeah, that's a thing. It's really a thing. I can't believe there's still 42 here. You guys are ridiculous. Oh, whew, I'm sweating. Okay. What are we talking about? Can you hear the intermission music? Yeah. Yo, you are so healed. Good, Brenda. See? That's the thing about healing. Brenda got healed last night, everybody. She's probably still working out some of the details, and that's okay. Because, damn it, every time I sit down and I don't adjust my keys and stuff, my guitar doesn't work out right. Yeah, we're good. Here's the thing with getting healed. You guys paying attention? There's a point in your journey when you're like, oh, I'm fucking healed. I have a hair in my eye somehow, and I don't know where it's coming from. What's going on? There it is. Oh, yeah, there was definitely a fuzzy there. Stabby, stabby. Yeah, it's like Wayne's World. Guys, wait, I fell on my keys. Remember that scene? Garth dives on the ground when they're sneaking. Oh, is Caitlin here? Caitlin, you're not allowed to watch these lives at night. The other day, Caitlin was watching a live. And then what happened? She watched a live before bed. And she had a dream that I was a cult leader. That's not the bad part, right? The bad part was she was trying to escape my cult. Can you believe her? Her and her mom were trying to get out of my cult. And I'm offended, Caitlin. I want you to know that. Hey, do you have 1,000 followers yet, Caitlin? Caitlin and I are going to go live. Caitlin was one of my amazing Emotional Alchemy clients, and she's just great. Caitlin, Becoming Kate, if you guys want to follow her. 999 followers. Somebody go follow Caitlin right now. Becoming Kate. Do it. Do it. And then we're going to go live. Caitlin, are you ready? You just did. Caitlin can go live. We're going to talk about it. Yeah. If I had a cult, you guys, I really don't. Honestly, that's too much responsibility. Synoptic pruning. How does therapy work? Okay, yeah. If you have a bad memory of stuff, I mean, honestly, stuff gets burnt out like crazy in trauma and things like that. We don't, in Emotional Alchemy, you don't necessarily go into the memories. You go into the feelings and open up the memories from the feelings. Caitlin, are you ready? Turn your fucking light on. We're going live. I don't know how to go live with somebody else, but we're going to do it. Caitlin was super rad. We did a bunch of sessions together, and she just was great. It was really great. We worked on, it was actually like a combo. Caitlin, you can do this. You have 1,001 followers. How do we do this? Multi-guest. No. Co-host. Invite. Find friends. Damn it. It doesn't let me search friends? This is the stupidest situation ever. How do I do this? I don't know how to do this. You can just go to my website. It's danieltyack.com. Or if you go to my profile, you can just go in the bio links there. My website's really not all that exciting. It's just a contact form with a little bit of bullshit on there. But yeah, I kind of believe in numerology. Though I've had some people that... Here's the thing with all this stuff. All this stuff. Let me just tell you. Caitlin, request to co-host. How do I do that? Multi-guest? Add up to 3 guests? It won't let me search. TikTok is stupid. All right? I used to get in battles. People would jump on here and be like, yeah, check your skeezy internet, Caitlin. And people would jump on here and they're like, you want to battle? And I was like brand new to TikTok, and I was like, I guess. I just wanted to love people. And then we would be in this stupid ass battle. It was so dumb. It was so dumb. And I fought Pitbull one night. Or it was like Pitbull had sex with somebody from Florida. Brandy, I'm going to follow you. And he had really cool tattoos. He was like pink leopard tattoos all over his arm. And he had big shiny glasses on. Ring lights in his glasses. Oh, he was fabulous. But it was the dumbest thing I've ever done. And he just dominated me, absolutely destroyed me. I was like, I hate doing these battles. I just want to love people. He wasn't real. No, it was real. It was something else. It was something else. Caitlin, you made it to 1,000 followers. Caitlin hit me up originally because she was like, let's figure out some TikTok stuff, like how to do the TikTok. And I was like, let's do emotional alchemy, working past your blocks for like presenting yourself in your full, complete self. And it was so fun getting to do like emotional alchemy sessions that were directly related to Caitlin, like saying what you really wanted to say to the world and what you really wanted to like preach to the world. And she's got some good stuff to say. So it was super fun. Like, it was like you can see in her feed, like you scroll back to her older videos and it's like way different energy. And she was able to like move past these emotional blockages to like really speaking her truth. And then her stuff's like slaying now. It's great. You seem like a really chill dude. I am, really. I mean, truly. It's stupid chill sometimes. I shit you not. I could come home and my house would be on fire and I'd be like, all right, well. Invite Sarah Turner to go live together. Should I do that? Sarah Turner? Are we going live together? Who's Sarah Turner? How do I do this? Sarah, get in here. I don't know who you are, but... Oh, invite sent. I kept pushing the button. Brandy? I'm going to invite you too. Maybe there'll be 3 of us in here just going crazy. How do I kick you guys out, though, when I'm ready? Oh, Kelly, you still need live access? Maybe it takes a second for you to get serious about it, you know? I invited Brandy and Sarah, and it's going to be a party here in a second. I don't know these people, but... You're all hanging out, so maybe it'll be cool. Maybe we'll talk about something real, you know? Not all this bullshit I've been saying, whatever that is. All right. Does anybody have a question? I will answer a question. If you want to talk about something, I could just play some guitar. Give the up a shout out? I shout the up out. Don't really know what that means, but... I'm here for it. Oh, someone was asking about numerology and guitar. I've been playing guitar since I was like in junior high, 1993 or something. Nikola Tesla, he was brilliant and got fucked over by Edison. He probably was a witch, and then the government was like, fuck you, bro. I haven't really studied up that much on Tesla. So when it comes to numerology and people doing reads and stuff and medians and things like that, they can get their read, right? I get reads on people all the time. But I'm just well aware that it's my ego interpreting the read. It's my lens of perspective. So... if you don't absolutely trust the person that's telling you some shit, don't believe it. Can you explain how you help people move energy and stuck feelings? When we open up the memories of why they were originally feeling that way, and sometimes it goes into parent stuff or grandparent too. When you bring awareness to why they've been feeling that particular sensation, and it brings it up into alpha consciousness, in the state of open neuroplasticity, they're able to heal themselves to say, like, that's why I've been fucking feeling that way. And then after it like opens, they feel this new sensation. And I'll have them practice the new sensation for a little while in like a meditative state. And it's like, that's where you live, motherfucker. Like, stay there. This is the new sensation. And then when the old sensation comes back, because feelings are just like habits, right? And you kind of got to build a little neuromusculature around it to like embrace like the new sensation that you learned how to feel. It's kind of like if you go on like take a mushroom trip and you learn some new way to feel. Sarah Turner, I invited you to go live, but I don't know how to make you... It says invite sent. I don't know how to do this. Get the 1% better today. Good. Get 1% better. So you got to like practice the new sensation. But once you get aware of why you've always been feeling this way, like I talked about it on some church trauma stuff, about a guy, and I had asked him if I had permission to talk about it. Anybody ever talk about a session about, I always ask, hey, can I share your story? Because it's like intriguing. Where he had he's a brilliant designer, right? Really good graphic designer, website guy, video editor guy, and just always felt like he's a grown-ass man, like doing really good work. And he always felt like he was like screwing it up. He always felt like it wasn't good enough. And he was always procrastinating, and he's like, what is this? What is the root of shame? Yeah, basically we're talking about getting in there. And so we did this thing, and it was like, okay, we into the session, and he felt back, this time he was feeling it in college, and he felt back to when he was feeling it in high school, and we traced this feeling back doing the exercises to feeling it in church. And even to the point where he went and was the sound guy because he didn't want to get called up on stage to get prayed for. Because he was like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I have this like terror that I'm going to get called up in front of everybody and get prayed for because I'm doing something wrong. And then we traced it back to the feeling that he was fucking up and he wasn't going to get raptured. And anytime as a child, he had all this like church trauma of rapture fear, which didn't exist. Like Jesus never taught that. Like that's a system of political control from Rome, like we were talking about earlier. He had this overwhelming sensation as a young child, and as a young child is when your energy centers are developing, your actual chakras and things like that. You can read all about that in different books. If you're interested in that stuff, Eastern Body, Western Mind is a great book. That's Rumi. That's a different one. Shitballs. If you're interested in that hippie shit, Eastern Body, Western Mind, fantastic one about like developmental ages when your energy centers are developing. And they go right along with child development if you're into child development stuff, which is another area I've kind of read up on a little bit. Same, hand in hand, Western to Eastern. You learn a way to feel, which creates an emotional pattern. Like, for instance, some of you, this analogy doesn't work on because you're neurotic. The rest of you, it's great. Think about how you pull the toilet paper off the roll. Do you fold it or do you wad it? Most people I ask that and they go, I don't know. I wad it, I guess, or I fold it, I guess. Well, when did you learn that? When you first started wiping your ass. And who taught you? Your parents. They were just like, this is the way you do it. And you've done it that way ever since. You never thought about it. You just do it that way. You never thought about changing it. You just do it that way because that's how you learned it. Well, when you learn a way to feel in early development, or that gets passed down from your parents, and you never know a new way to feel, you never know something to replace it, there's no awareness and you just always feel that way. So like this guy that was in this session, he had learned how to feel. You do both, you are twisted. Who does that? You need some emotional alchemy. When you learn that emotional way to feel, it just holds. And then it like spreads out to other areas of life. So this guy, we trace this straight up rapture fear of this feeling of like, I'm not good enough, I've been left behind, like scaring the shit out of him as a young child into his work in modern day, present day, where he's like, I'm not good enough. He just felt not good enough. And he never knew why he felt that way until we opened it up. And as soon as awareness, he was like, oh my gosh. And then we helped him to replace with some confident feelings. And then that's the practice after the sessions. Once the thing is opened up and you're aware of why you've always been feeling that way, then it's very easy to be like, I know why I feel that way. And there's some exercises for integration and things like that too. So take up acting. What? Why would I do that? Okay, invite the Wook of Wall Street to go live. I keep inviting people to go live and nobody goes live. Yeah, come get some emotional alchemy. I'll act if somebody wants me to act, but I really like doing healing work with people better, you know? This is actually a little bit of an act. We talk about energy. Like, I don't always wear a pink hat, and I don't always talk all like blah, 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 fast and play guitar and put on a little song and dance for people. A lot of times I'm in a very like mellow state. I'm in super contemplative, or maybe I'm just like very in my own energy. And I have different energies, you can look at different energies in like astrology, where I have a Pisces sun, and that I resonate with that a lot. It's just kind of like flowy, and I'll be just thinking about shit and doing my shit, you know. And then I have my Taurus moon, which is how I handle things emotionally. So something hits me and I'm just like, yeah, all right, cool, like no problem, you know, deal with it. Or that Taurus moon can get like real bully and angry and just like want to gore everybody, which I'm aware of it, so I don't let that happen. And then I have my Scorpio ascendant, and I resonate, like right now I'm more in my Scorpio energy, kind of like party guy, like let's put on a show. Let's do a live, because if I was just sitting here all like mellowed out, it'd be a pretty boring live. So it's like I bring up like a different energy, like an acting energy, and I be the person that's good for whatever we're doing, you know? So, I mean, that's acting, isn't it? Just creating a thing. And the best acting is when you're being real, and it's a very real way of being for me, which I can shift into multiple ways of being, you know? Scorpio gang. Yeah, feel free to practice a new way. If you don't like the way you're being, just do something different. You know, you get to be whoever you want. It's your life. What do you do to take care of yourself after doing emotional work for people? I usually go ride the bike, honestly. Or sometimes I'll do, if it was like real heavy and I just feel like, bleh. Sometimes I feel it like in my back, and I'll get on a back roller for a little bit. I usually leave myself about a half an hour in between sessions. And I'll do some breath of joy. It's like a yoga, like really get the energy moving. Maybe sometimes I'll sit and meditate. It just depends on what I feel like I need, and then I clear it. But I'm also really good at letting feelings go. I've been practicing it for years, of just like transmitting other people's feelings through me and just releasing and being okay. And so it's like easy for me to just go, okay, I'm good. Just feel it like drain out, and then I'm good. Yeah, definitely got some big Taurus vibes in there. What made me start to think like this? My life got all fucked sideways. I was totally thinking different ways. And all of my things fell apart. I had every bit of ego smashed all in about a year and a half. And then I was at the bottom of it, and I was like, I didn't go victim on myself. I was like, well, I am the common denominator of all my bullshit. I'm the only one that's been here for all of this. That was a hard one. I was like, damn it. It's me. So I'm like, well, Daniel, instead of like rebuilding my life exactly the same way it was, I'm going to figure out what kind of bullshit I've been up to and figure out not to do that again, because it was very painful. And then I also realized that I had nobody with any expectations of me, because everything had failed. All of my business, my marriage, my friends, I even blew a head gasket in my vehicle. Like it was a shit show. All of the things had broken, and I was like, everything has failed. You know, I was like all depressed. And then I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, I literally can't fail any more than this. I have failed to the maximum amount of failness, you know? It's the failiest thing I've ever done. And so I was like, nobody expects anything of me. I'm like, I'm free. I'm totally free to be whoever I want. And so I was like, well, I'm just going to be cool. So I decided to do that and practice doing that. And here we are. That's the secret. You just got to fuck shit up. Came through the storm. And now truly, there's not a single person in this world that has any sway over me. You should have seen the video I sent my mother-in-law, my former mother-in-law, ex-mother-in-law. Let me just say that again. My ex-mother-in-law. She's a narcissist. Heavy. My daughter's not watching this, is she? Nellie, are you here? I don't want to say anything bad about your grandparents if you're watching this. She's not here. She would have said something. Anyway. I had pierced my son Aiden's ear. He's 13. He wanted a piercing, so I pierced his ear for him. And Nellie really wanted some nose rings, like some fake ones. She just got a kick. She wanted to try them out, so I got her this little pack of them, Amazon. You know, it was like 400 of them in there, different styles. And we knew that Nana was going to be like, ugh, like pissed about it. And she made some really nasty comments like, that makes you ugly, you're ugly, kind of stuff like that. And I heard about these comments she made about my beautiful little girl Nellie, and I was like, this does not fly. And she had said some negative comments about Aiden and his ear piercing, which that kid is cool as shit. And I was just like, nope, this is not happening with my children. So I sent this video. I sat in front of the camera, and they used to just, like, they're rich as fuck. You know, they're like 10 million strong. And my ex-mother-in-law is just a super narcissist, like massive narcissist. And my ex-father-in-law just kind of does the big dick swing money around sort of thing. And they just sort of manipulate everybody in their field. And they got this little team thing going on. And so I just sat, I like did the same thing on video. And I was like, just the most intense energy ever. I was like, Alma, like I heard about what you said. You know, I was like, this is not a thing. Just basically told him, I was like, you'll never say anything like that about my children again. You do not have permission to advise them in their stylistic and or life choices. I was like, if I hear of anything of you smacking them, pulling an ear, spanking them or anything, I will call Child Protective Services, and just like laid down the law like heavy. Big Taurus vibes. They no fucking around. And I don't even know how I got telling this story. Somebody got me going. Oh, Coming Through the Storm, that was it. Of like, and they used to be able to, I couldn't do that when I was married to their daughter. And I just told them what was up. And then Tom, of course, the ex-father-in-law, like texts that. And I texted both of them. I group texted both of them, my ex-wife and my son, on his phone, the same video. So he would know what was up and not put it. And I was like, they are not your dogs. They are not your slaves. I was like, you will not tell them what to do. Like, if you want their respect, you can earn it with, like, everybody else. Just like, motherfucker. Here's what the rules are. And because my ex-mother-in-law just bosses everybody around. So my ex-father-in-law sends a text back. He's like, only text this for emergencies. He's like, you can text me with anything. And I was like, texted him back. I was like, stop being petty. I was like, don't be petty. Don't divert. I was like, apologize to the kids. Just like laying down the law. I was like, I don't give a shit anymore what anybody says, like anything. There's not a single person in this universe that could affect like how I feel about stuff or who I am as a person, because I weathered the entire storm of everything, of just losing everything. And when I became again my own person, I just was like, no, fuck it. I will carry my own. So that's the nice thing about having all your shit go down and having to figure it out on your own. Like, you're not beholden to anybody. Like, you're free. You get to be anything you want. And I've lost friends groups at least twice, the entire group of friends, because I just sort of mushed out of their energy into something that I liked a lot better, and it just got weird, and they drifted off, and here we are. So that's all good. Nephew, that's my son's name, Aiden. Favorite park, Rock Bottom? Yeah, only way to go is up. Having a nice smoke sesh. Love hearing you talk. Nice, dude. Or lady, dude. What is it? Who is this? Vibe it out. Oh, man, my light just went off. Shitballs. That was lame. Blue candle helps so much. Thank you, friend. Can't express how much. I'm glad it did. I'm really disappointed that this light turned off on me. Where's my other light? Oh, I hear the light. Does this have any batteries in it? Nope. Damn it, guys. Look at this shit lighting. This ain't no way to do it live. Whatever. Yeah, it definitely made me stronger. Let me put this batteries on the charger real quick. This thing lasted less than I thought it would last. Talk amongst yourselves. Ow! Oh, ow! Guys, I'm going to get another light out real quick. It's a bullshit one, but it's going to work. That was super lame lighting. I'll be right back. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is going to work. Nope, not going to work. Now it's going to work. Sorry about that. We're back. Just the professionalism level here is just, honestly, I could do better. I could do better than this, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. Shit in a bucket. That's not the right charger. Okay, we're not going to use that one. What are you guys talking about? What's up, Chris? Chris, how are your thumbs doing, buddy? You doing okay? Chris dropped like 40,000 likes the other day. Hitting the little likey button. What are we at right now? 5.4. So we hit 50,000 likes because of Chris's dedication to the cause. He was like, I'm going to get this to 50,000. And I was really concerned about his thumbs, you know? Because, like, look, he's doing it again. He just played guitar for a few hours and fingers definitely sore. Good. I'm glad you were playing guitar. Chris, when are you going to come vibe out, dude? We're going to play guitar and skate. Chris is my internet brother. But we've never met. He's in Colorado. But we hang out here. Watch this. I'm about to get pro with this shitty ring light that I bought in LA a long time ago. Nobody ever uses. We're going to go back to pro. Guys, ready for the countdown? 3, 2... Never mind. It's there. Good. That's enough light. We cool with that? All right. Lighting is definitely terrible. Going to leave this live stream. Now it's kind of dramatic, you know? Just one side. It's like... Maybe we should talk about dramatic stuff. You're coming. You better be coming. Can I tell you about a dramatic story? And I'm going to do this one time. I'm going to do this for you one time. Do we got any former Christians in here? I'm sure we do. You remember those chick tracts? Do you remember chick tracts? Those little, like, Bible tracts that you'd probably seen them at some truck stop bathroom. Somebody left there like a jackass. Well, they're like these little "you're going to go to hell and die" tracts, you know, if you don't love the Jesus. What happened to that guy that was witnessing to us earlier, by the way? That was great. And I was working at this kids camp, right? It was a Christian kids camp. Tracts. Yeah. It's like a little pamphlet, and you like look through it, and it tells us, it's like a little comic book, and it tells some story about how you're going to burn in hell if you don't love the Jesuses. It's a thing, guys. I'm going to find it. It's called Tiny Shoes. It was the one that I did. Anyway, I was working at this kids camp, and it was the staff training week. So I was like in college, and I was one of the deans at basically it was like an RA for all the college students. And I was hosting the talent show, right? Because if you give me a microphone, things get crazy. So it was like the talent show, you know, everybody comes up and does their song and dance, and they do skits and play guitar and things, and I was the host. Well, so as the host, you're basically just doing ad-lib the whole time and having a blast. And I found this chick tract called Tiny Shoes. And I mean, even as like a Christian at the time, I was like, this is the most ridiculous tract I've ever seen in my life. It was about this little Hispanic boy who, his father, of course, it's like the most disgusting stereotypes, right? It's a little Mexican kid. His father's an alcoholic, right? He's always at the bar getting drunk, and he doesn't take care of his family. And it was just disgusting. Anyway, long story short, the father promises he's going to buy him some tiny shoes because he has little bare feet. He's this poor little Mexican kid. But his dad is overcome with the evil spirits of alcohol, and he goes to the bar and he blows all the money. And the little boy Juanito tries to go find his father in the rain, like a storm, right? Sarah's here. Oh, Lord. Oh, guys. Let me just take a deep breath. I'm going to go get a picture of Sarah so you guys can see Sarah. Talk amongst yourself. Did you guys all say hi to Sarah? Yeah, Sarah with an H. Jisai? Jisai. Look how cute she is. Isn't that the cutest shit you've ever seen? Right? I know. It's ridiculous. Sarah, I told him the story about, oh man. That's better. Shit balls. God. Turn this thing out. I told him the story yesterday about, fuck. I'm going to finish the tiny shoe story, but I told the story yesterday about when you came over and my mom, me? You want to come over and make out? Babe, I know your kids are sleeping right now, but think about it. Won't it be great? Okay, so anyway, I got distracted. I'm going to go back to tiny shoes, I promise. So Sarah comes over with her kids. My mom's here. My kids are here. All of us are here. There's 7 of us here. It's a tiny little house. It's like 100 square foot for each person, right? And Sarah and I, well, how did we sneak off into the bathroom closet situation? I have like a little walk-in closet / bathroom. Somehow we ended up in there. And so we were making out because that's the thing to do. So I closed the door. God, we went in there for a reason first. Like we were doing something. I don't remember. Look, Australia in. And it's just always too good when Sarah and I are making out. Like, it just is really problematic. Like, it's just, whew, you know the feelings. And it was like 2 minutes of making out. And I was like, take off your pants. And her pants vanished. She's really good at that. 7 minutes of spin the bottle. I mean, Sarah, I don't know how this woman can get her pants off so fast, but she is a ninja. Doesn't matter where. She's really good at it. And we managed to, somebody even tried the door while we were at it. Nobody flinched. We stayed dedicated to the cause. Just stayed right in it. Just like direct eye contact. Nobody flinched. It was great. Anyway, tiny shoes. So I'm reading this. Oh, so what I did at this talent show thing, yeah, tiny shoes is coming soon. I'm going to do this one of these nights. I'm going to do a dramatic reading of tiny shoes. So as the host of this talent show at this Christian kids camp, I read this Christian tract, and I didn't make fun of it at all. Like, I did not. I just read the whole thing and I acted out every character. So I acted out the little kid, I acted out the mom, I acted out the drunk dad and his friends at the bar. And I just got really super into it. Like, I was like screaming, like when the mom finds out that Juanito's been lost in the storm. And she's like, Juanito! Like, I was like on my knees, screaming, Juanito's breathing his last dying breaths because he got pneumonia in the storm and he cut his foot on a piece of glass because his dad spent all his money on alcohol instead of buying him a new pair of shoes, It's like a real good scare tactic here. You're going to go to hell kind of thing. And because it was a Christian tract at a Christian kids camp, I wasn't making fun of it. I was just reading it and acting it out. But by the nature of the fact that it was making fun of itself, I was kind of making fun of it. And so most everybody's just dying laughing, but then you can see they're really devout Christians. They're like, and the camp director's looking at me like, I'm going to fucking kill you, Daniel. I cried. I legitimately cried during the performance. And I was so into it. And I got in trouble for that one. It was worth it. It was fucking worth it. And I'm going to find that tract and I'm going to read it to you guys. I'm going to do it one night. I'm going to do the whole thing. You guys are probably going to get saved. Which is not the intent. But if you accidentally get saved during the reading of Tiny Shoes, it was worth it, man. It was totally worth it. It was legendary for years. It was like, do you remember that time that Daniel read Tiny Shoes? And everyone was like, oh, God. Chris, I won't do it without you, buddy. I promise. Okay, I'm going to play Sarah's song. Sarah, are the kids in bed? Did you get Henry down? Is everybody good? Sarah? Sarah, why are you crying? It's because I'm going to play you a song. Everybody's good? It's just us now? Just me and you? And 37 other people? Fuck those guys. It's just for you, baby. That was a little song I just wrote for Sarah right now. I'm glad you guys get to also experience that. Speaking of the lovely Sarah, if you ever book a call of Emotional Alchemy, Sarah is the one that will talk to you. Sarah, you're only allowed to talk to people for 30 minutes, not 3 hours. I know you love them all dearly. You're the best human being I know. But seriously, babe, I'd rather spend that time making out than you talking to people, okay? So just cool it down with being so nice. Everybody, when you book a call, just, if Sarah's talking to you for like 3 hours because she loves you and she really cares, just be like, Sarah, go make out with Daniel right now. Stop talking to me. Just cut it off, because she can't help herself. She really loves you too. She considers you her internet children. You want a song? What? I can't play you a song right after I play the song for Sarah. I'll play all of you guys a song. How's that? She's really great to talk to. I mean, it's honestly worth booking an emotional alchemy session just so you can have a moment with Sarah, because she's really that lovely. And then also, she'll be doing calls as well for emotional alchemy sessions, and she is excellent. She will walk you right through some dark spaces and find your old funky memories and things and help you know how to love yourself, because she is that and she embodies that. You will feel that just like you feel it from me. She's very good at it. So feel free to book a sesh, kids. You will book a session one day soon. Okay, should we play another song? What should we do? Should we talk about stuff? Should we answer some questions? You guys got any questions about life? Healing from things? Weird Christian tracts? Sing a song about Kanye. I don't know. It's not gonna go. How was my day? It was pretty chill. I actually didn't have any calls today, which was good because I was kind of exhausted. We had a really fun weekend. Excitement. Where do babies come from? All right, Chris, that's a good question. Well, the penis goes in the vagina, and then there's some motion. Generally speaking, sometimes it's longer, sometimes a little shorter. And then there's an ejaculation of semen, which then little swimmers go swimming on an egg, and then they all fight, you know. It's just, they pull an old America, you know, everybody fights. One of them gets in there, and then there's fertilization, you got an embryo. And then there's a gestation period, typically, for a while. And then there's generally some labor. It's all very magical. And then there's a baby. Advice to someone in their late 20s. Ah, yes. Do anything you want. Anything and everything. Be true to yourself. Now, some people might get confused and be like, oh, Daniel, someone's going to kill a guy. Well, it's like, really? Do you really want to do that? Like, do things that are good. Do things that make you happy. Do things that you're drawn to naturally. Because the things that you're naturally drawn to are the things that are going to make you happy. Be like, fuck the noise. I don't care what people think. I'm going to do the things that bring me joy. Because when you do those things and you end up loving yourself and you end up having a good time and all that shit spreads out to everybody else and it's like a big pile of love and you're happy and it doesn't matter what you do because all the stuff that you think is going to make you happy, all that stuff you're doing to try to get happy, the end game is to bring yourself to a state of contentment anyway. So just start by doing that and then everything else works itself out. Will I ever make a book? Yeah, probably. Sarah, can you help me write a book? Sarah's going to compile... Ooh. We're going to have something better than a book soon. It's going to be called 365 Days of Bullshit. So we're taking all the quotes, things that I've said in one point or another on different TikToks, and we're going to make a little desktop calendar. You know those real cheesy tear off a page at a time ones? Yeah, babe. You are going to help me get... Sarah needs to write a book. Oh my gosh, her brain. But we decided that this is the most effective usage of our time to make a cheesy ass desktop calendar called 365 Days of Bullshit with a bunch of hilarious quotes. And then every day you can just get a ridiculous Daniel quote. There's a new one. Isn't that better than a book? And a coffee table book. Does that have a bunch of pictures? Yeah, it would be hilarious, right? Like the cheesy ones you get at the church thrift store or bookstore, or like you give your grandma for Christmas. Oh, it's going to be great. It's probably not going to be G-rated, but I mean, who needs that, you know? Yeah, it would be hilarious. People come by your desk like, what the fuck is this? Definitely talked about that. Oh, babe, we got plans. See those on the wall right there? Plans. One of them was going to be also a calendar, right? It's going to be a sexy calendar. And each month is going to be a theme photo shoot. I cannot wait for Christmas. Sarah, you're Mary. I'm going to be baby Jesus in a manger. It's going to be awesome. Oh, Carrie is going to be the angel. She's going to be playing a saxophone. I already pitched the idea to her. She's going to be wearing a lot of feathers, but it's like a dark angel, all black. Oh yeah, there's going to be chickens in the photos. Okay, let's figure it out, guys, right now. Sarah, take notes. Take notes for what the people need. January, what's the theme? Yeah, yes, Chris, come be one of the kings. Yes, we will crowdsource this. If you guys come into town for the photo shoots of these, we will do full costumes. There's some sweet studios around town. We will set this shit up, and it's going to be epic, all right? So January, what's the theme, guys? You're going to pick this right now. There's definitely going to be some skating ones and things like that, and my kids are going to be in there too. January, or if you got them, obviously Christmas is going to be a nativity scene. It's a pretty sacrilegious one, but it's going to be there. I'm going to be in a little diaper, probably all greased up, you know, just get some of that glow. White Walkers, is that January? Is going to be a zombie theme? What happens in January? Like what kind of calendars, what do you do in January? What's a good theme? Come on, guys. Help me out here. I'm just here to play guitar. Yeah, October. I like that better. Yeah. Zombie theme for October. I like that better. Chickens. Should I just... Martin Luther King? Yeah, I don't want to, like, mess with that. Maybe I'll just do, like, a good photo shoot with some chickens, you know? Paranoid Android theme. I like this. I don't know any Grateful Dead thongs. Thongs? January is vibrant age. Okay, yes, that's good. We're gonna go with that. Like shred it raw, like vibrant 80s spandex skate theme. Maybe tiny shorts. You never know. We'll just do full Cali theme, like just blasting some Daniel vibes on a skateboard. Steampunk and thongs. I like this. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so see, this is why Sarah's here. January is going to be the 80s ridiculous. Oh yeah, February, I'm definitely Cupid. We got to rig up some contraption so I can be flying through the air. Can I be shooting at you with an arrow, babe? I think I like that. No. Better yet, we're going to get an arrow, like a fake arrow, glued to your ass. Like thong. You're going to be like, ah! Like holding an arrow. I shot you. That'd be amazing. And I'm just gonna be in a little Cupid diaper with some wings. Heart arrow, a crystal arrow. Okay, I like this. But it's definitely gonna be stuck in your ass. March is my birthday. This is true. So we're gonna have a Pisces. Maybe I'll be a mermaid. For a fish theme, down ocean shoot, mermaid. Do you believe in life purpose? Yeah, this calendar shoot we're talking about. Mermaid on a skateboard with a big flipper thing. That's good. I can do it. I believe in myself. I'm going to pull that off. Yeah. Life purpose is a good underwater shoot in March. Like the Zoolander theme. He's swimming. Water. is the essence of moisture. And moisture is the essence of beauty. Sarah is a beautiful mermaid. She is a mermaid. I'm glad that it's cool and informative, but listen, we're working out calendar months here, okay? January, vibrant 80s. February, I'm Cupid. March is my birthday, so I'm going to be a mermaid, because Pisces kind of thing. Does life have a purpose? Do you have a purpose? Oh, yeah. Hey, Sarah, guess what? Last night, Brenda was healed. We healed her. She got healed. We did a healing spell. So now she's practicing being healed, because we just got to be healed and work everything else out from there. Do I believe in a life purpose? Okay, this is a real question here. Yeah. Whatever it is that you love, do that. Make that your purpose. What's up, guys? Gnarl up. All right, let's do this. It's already 10. I'm not going to be doing this till all hours of the night. So why don't we do guitarist in the corporate world? Ooh, how do I pursue my talent? Corporate rock. That doesn't sound cool. Why don't you, would you like to record music? You could just record music, like, make it just stop giving such a shit about the corporate world, you know? I think if you pursue some of your passions and your joys of life and make everything in life joyful, then you're going to get your work done faster. You know what I mean? Just make that cool. And then bang it out. And don't buy into the drama of like, oh, you got to work more. Like, work better and work less. And go play guitar more. And then record some music that you like and enjoy that. And then you'll be enjoying your life more. And then while you do all the corporate shit, you'll be enjoying your life. Voila. Huh? Yes. How did you find your true purpose? I did whatever I wanted. Like, really. I was just like, I'm going to just do whatever the fuck I want. And that led me here. To just being cool and nice to people and helping people heal. Because that feels really good for me. But it really came from just being like, fuck it, I'm going to literally do anything I want. So I always just recommend that. Because when you follow, like, do things that feel good to you, then you end up feeling good. And then you're not all bitter and miserable and hating your life. And then your life ends up being beautiful. You create a beauty in the moment, you know? Did you ever do something that you wanted to do that you thought you couldn't? Yeah, all the time. No, I always think, my dad was real good at, like, instilling this sense of, like, you do whatever the fuck you want in us, right? Because he was kind of that guy. And so I never really doubted it because it was good, like, good parenting in that way, you know? What's my background in music? Played a bunch of guitar. Played a lot of stuff in church and some band stuff and things like that. Are there things that you don't like that you still do even though it doesn't make... Nope. I mean, there's things that you kind of got to... There's some song and dance stuff that you got to do with life. But I just figure, you know, just get it over with and do that thing and don't make it all miserable, you know? So yeah, if you got bills to pay, just pay the bills, make some money. Don't take it too seriously. It's just kind of part of the human experience, you know? The trick is don't take it seriously. Like, just don't buy into the drama of it. Just live your life first and be awesome first, and then the rest of it just kind of works out. We're going to do a little love spell and a meditation. Where's my bag of spells? Don't take shit too seriously. There's only 3 spells left, guys. The Power of One. The Power of Mon. Now, Mon. It's a good book. It's #1 Times New York bestseller. It's one of the best books to come along in years. Every sentence rings with truth and power. Deepak Chopra. I'm trying to get a spell out of this bag. How did you overcome and rewire any negative programming you may have? I was Power of Nam. It's just practice. Gotta get after it. You gotta decide. You wanna do this one? No. I think this is the one. This one? Chris says this one. To prepare the sacraments. There's still a little bit of that blue one left in there, guys. But this was last night's. You see that? Nothing left in there. I think the blue actually helps it burn all the way down. Pick number 2? Damn it. This one? Chris, you cool with that? I'm gonna take that as a yes. So the trick is you gotta melt a little of the blue down up in there to stick it, you know? It's not like a licking stick, it's just a regular stick, a waxy stick. And then what you wanna do is make sure it's square. And that's, damn, I'm good. Man, I must have been practicing these. Oh, it's a Shrek reference? I'm sorry, I don't know my Shrek references that well. Okay, yeah. Book recs on chakra energy. Oh, this is a good one. I like this one because it's well informed and it's simple, which I like simple. Journey through the chakras. It's just a great overview. You know, some pictures. We got some nerd stuff, right? Frequencies. I like that. This is like plain English chakras with, also it has pictures. So that's good. Pictures are good. Yeah, I remember, I liked this one. I need to, yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yes. Yeah, this one. I like that one. Okay. This might be a weird question, but thoughts on tattoos, like attachment to ideas, not versus not giving a shit. I mean, I don't know what you mean. Like, just do whatever you want. That's what I always recommend. Just anything that feels good. Because even if you get a tattoo that you don't like, you know, you're going to end up learning something from that. And that's a good life learning experience. So, what percentage of your life do you think you've spent reading? I've done a lot of my... not a lot, honestly. I do, like, audiobooks. I've done way more audiobooks than books. But I'll listen to them like a couple times through and like really grind in the information, and then my brain remembers all of it. Oh, we're about to fuck some shit up. You guys are gonna love so hard after this. It's gonna be good. You guys ready for this? Christians, you know the rules. Look away. This is a spell. I gotta get ready. This is a love spell. And we're going to do a little meditation after this. I'm not ready yet. Just loud. You are so very loved from the bottom of my heart. Even if you can't love yourself, even if you don't know how to love yourself or what that feels like, I'm doing it for you right now. And there's nothing you can do about it. And it will soak into your very existence. As you are seen, you are felt, and you are known. And I love you beyond anything that you could ever imagine. And as this candle burns, all the little love juices are going to go into love spirits, not be creepy like. And they're going to burn up into the ethers and into the field. And you're going to feel that love permeate in you. So those of you that are in darkness, it's going to get a little bit brighter. And those of you that know how to love, you're going to love a little harder. And you're going to learn to accept yourself. And you're going to learn how to be at peace with yourself and have contentment with your life. And you're going to spread all of that love all out to everybody else around you. You got caught in that one, suckers. Sarah's also going to do that too. She's going to love you. There's nothing you can fucking do about it. Did you feel it? You're about to. Felt. All right, everybody, relax a little bit. Drink some water. Hydrate. You're welcome. Get hydrated. You know the rules. You gotta take care of yourself. Lip balm. Get a little lip balm. Make sure your self-care is important, you know. You gotta feel good. Take care of your lips. It's important. All right, everybody. Sit up. Stop hunching over your phone like some... Just sit up a little bit. Stretch your back out. Stretch your neck out. Feel free to move around since you've been watching TikTok for hours, you know, like... We were talking about energies. You got this thing called a spinal cord. I don't know if you know this. It's in your back. It's all connected to all these nerves and things. And you can build up a little resistance, get inflammation, and then it kind of just open that up a little bit, you know? You can even do like, Bree, you finally made it, Bree. Jeez, we've been here all night. I was like, where's Bree? You guys remember how many times I said that? All these guys remember me saying that, right? I was like, where the fuck is Bree? Now you're here. Do this. See how I'm doing this little thing? This is called a Sufi grind. It's going to activate your Levolini. Yeah. Now you're here, Bree, and everything's okay. So do this. You're kind of rotating at the base of your spine. And as you go forward, breathe in. And as you go back, breathe out. You'll be a Sufi by the time you're done grinding. Breathe in, breathe out. You're just kind of opening your back up. I like to throw the shoulders in there a little too. Give a little snaky snake, you know? I'm a snake. Just wiggle it around. You can do this. And then you reverse directions. Because if you get all wound up, You don't want that. You want to make sure you also unwind. So breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. You get the idea, right? So the idea is kind of open your back up a little bit, stretch it out, take a nice deep breath. And when I say a deep breath, I really mean a long breath. Like, make it go right down into your butt, into your bits, and your butt and your bits, and then all the way up, and you can like feel it, like in your neck and your head, and just. And every time you breathe out, wait, I gotta make sure that's, yeah. Every time you breathe out, I want you to take one thought or one feeling and go, just drop it. Anything you're thinking, anything you're feeling, just breathe in. And then release that thing. Feel it go down like blues. See you later. See you later, bullshit. That's what we're doing right now. This is called the see you later bullshit meditation. Mixed with a love spell. You're going to be sitting pretty after this, I promise. So breathe in nice and deep and long. Thank you for the love. And out with the bullshit. Now, everybody place your hand on your heart. Do not say the pledge, I swear to you. Just put your hand on your heart. Feel your heart beating. See if you can find it. Some place you like, it's over on the left usually, like left and down a little bit, kind of in this region. Put your hand like your palm on your sternum so you can really get in there. Try to feel that heartbeat as you breathe. Just connect with yourself. That heart is the center of your toroidal field. It's this, like the, right where everything, it's an important little space. So breathe and connect. Feel all that love from that little love spell burning right there. Just blasting you. Breathe in. Connect with your heart and out with the bullshit. Drop the thoughts. Drop the sensations. Just let it go. Breathing in. Connecting with your heart. Drop the negative sensations. I want you to take another deep breath in, and as you do, relax your butt. Breathe in. And out with the bullshit. I want you to relax your jaw as you breathe in on this next one. And releasing thoughts and just connecting with your heart. Breathing in, relax the muscles in your face, your brow, the sides of your head. Just let them relax. Breathe out. Nice long deep breaths all the way down, all the way up, releasing any tensions, any worries, any anxiety, any depression, nowhere to be but in this moment. And breathe out. Full deep breath in. Hand on the heart to connect, and breathe out. On the next breath, I want you to feel that energy of your heart growing, that space there. I want you to put a big smile right there. And out with any bullshit. Out with any regret, any guilt, any hate, any anger. Just let it go. Just create a sensation of love as you breathe in. Think of someone you love. Maybe a beloved grandma, maybe a dog. Get that feeling in there. Just breathe it in. create the actual sensation there. And breathing out any negativity, any regret, let it go. Just breathe it out. As you breathe in, breathing in a smile. Releasing any doubt, any fears, releasing any thought. Breathing slow, long breaths. Close your eyes, roll your eyes to the blank space behind. As you breathe, releasing any regrets. Nowhere to be but right here in this moment. Breathing fully and completely. Building a smile within your heart as you breathe. Let that sensation grow to the space around you, radiating out from your body. Blasting past any negative sensations as you breathe, nice and slow and long breaths. Breathing in a smile, breathing out any doubts. Letting that smile grow to the room and building around you, spreading it out. Releasing any bullshit. Breathing in that smile, let it be on your face as well. Letting it grow to the area around you, maybe your neighborhood, just spreading it out. Breathing out any negative sensations. Full, complete breaths in, letting that sensation grow, maybe to the state around you. Spreading it way out. Releasing any tensions on the out breath. Breathing in, letting that sensation of joy, of love in your heart grow even farther to the country around you. Maybe seeing it spread in your mind's eye as you start to feel each other out there together as one. Breathing in that smile fully. Letting it spread as you feel each other, as you send each other love. Allowing yourself to be seen and felt by one another in safety. Sending love to each other as you breathe. Holding that sensation within you. These full, long, deep breaths as you ground into your moment, held by each other. Allowing any fears to dissipate. Allowing yourself to feel love as you send it. Breathing in and knowing that you are loved. Breathing out any negative sensations, any fears. Sending that frequency of love to one another. Feeling each other. Practicing that sensation. And just sit in that for a moment as you breathe. Nice full deep breaths. All the way down, all the way up. Creating a new sensation in your body. Washing out any of the negative sensations. Just let it blast through them. When we place our awareness on that sensation, it changes our neurochemistry. Your body will be flooded with dopamine. Your body will be flooded with endorphins, and you will feel better. Put a smile on your face. It triggers those same hormones. You're absolutely able to change your reality of the way you feel in the moment. So breathe deeply. Letting that sensation spread. And just practicing that feeling for a moment. In full control of your reality and the way you feel. And with our little love spell burning up there, knowing that you are safe, you are seen, you are loved, letting yourself feel that, letting yourself practice that sensation, letting that be your reality. How you guys feeling? Feeling good? Did you just change your reality from feeling one way to feeling another? Is this a both method? I don't know. What's a both method? Is this one of these nuts things that you're gonna get me to say? You guys feeling good? It's definitely a sign. Cleansing stuff. Getting it out of your system. Today was rough, huh? That can happen. Wow. That is a fact you got there, Jason Duvall. I'm glad you shared that with us. All right, everybody. you just, yeah, you felt that, right? Like the whole energetic field's a thing. Seems kind of hippie and weird, but the quantum nature of our existence, we are energetic beings. What do you think a vibe is, you know? You just felt everybody else's vibe. You're watching this fucking TikTok, like through space. We can send out some love to each other. It's not that weird. You believe in all the shit. You use it every day. It's in your pocket. It also comes out of your heart space. Think this could be a simulation? Yeah, sure, why not? Might as well have fun with it. It's like same thing as everything else. You might be in a dream right now. You don't know if you just fell asleep and you're dreaming. When you go to sleep and you're dreaming, you don't know if you're awake. Don't take it so seriously. What is this called? Oh, I don't know. Some weird Daniel shit. I'll just make it up. I don't do any methods. None of it's real. We're just changing our reality. You're welcome for the love. See, here's the thing with spreading the love. Okay. I was going to play a little guitar so you can go to sleep. It feels good for me. I feel great. You know? So why not just keep doing that? I'm just selfish, you know? Josie's. Love you all. See how easy it is? You just drop your bullshit, create some love inside of yourself. But you really got to drop your bullshit and learn to love yourself to really do it. But when you learn to do it, I mean, we just created new sensations in our bodies right now. So why wouldn't you want to feel like that all the time? See how nice it is? Just to be in love together, you know? Like the feeling of it. I don't know why people are all pissed off, you know? It's like way nicer to feel like this. Just takes a little practice, you know? You can do it anytime you want. You don't have to have me dinging a bowl like a dumbass. Like, you can just be like, okay, I'm going to just put a smile on my face. I'm going to put a smile on my heart. I'm going to take a few fucking breaths. I'm going to drop my bullshit. Just practice it. You can do it all the time. Then you're like super nice to everybody and everyone's nice to you. We all stop fighting. Doesn't it seem like a better way to live? Look, see, I did it here on TikTok. being nice, and then you guys feel nice, and I feel nice, and we all feel real nice, and it spreads out, and then you guys are gonna be nice to other people. Ah, wouldn't that be a neat concept if we were just all kind of nice? Well, the good thing about feeling like you're in a dream is you're kind of always in a dream. You don't really know if you're in a dream or not, so you might as well make it a good one. Stop giving a shit. Stop caring what people think. Do what feels good. And being in love feels great, so just practice that. Practicing that love, guys. It's a better way to feel, you know? It's a better way to be. Imagine if everybody was feeling like that. We'd have a lot less bullshit to deal with, I think. It's a good policy, you know? I honestly can't think of a better option. I'm trying right now. Nope, couldn't think of one. And I'm good at thinking of stuff. I really think about a lot of stuff all the time. Ah, well, take some of that wonderful human beingness and share it with your friends. Just take a little bit of it. You don't have to go like full pink hat idiocy vibe. You just take a little bit, you know, practice it. Be real nice to somebody. It's fun. You're nice to them and they're like, sometimes they get a little scared at first, you know? They just don't really, they're like, the fuck? But then you just keep doing it and they're like, oh, you're being real about it. But they feel it. If you create it within you, you don't even have to do anything. You don't have to like, I've been to New York, yeah. You don't have to like, you don't have to say anything. You don't have to do anything. You just be it and they pick up your vibe. And they're like, oh, this person's got a nice vibe. Somatic wizardry. Oh, we didn't really even talk about hug witchcraft that much, did we? That's okay. You got banned? I didn't ban you. That's weird. Okay. I don't know why you got banned. I didn't ban you. I don't ban nobody. Somebody was in here preaching at us about the Jesus earlier, and we talked about, I didn't even ban them. I was like, cool. Do your thing, and they got bored and left. What's up, Ricky? Oh, man. Here's hug witchcraft real quick, because we didn't really talk about that, but I gotta go to bed. When you hug somebody, you actually create some chi. Witchcraft. When you flex your muscles around your bones, there's a piezoelectric effect that emits a signal, an actual impulse, a frequency, a hertz, a waveform. And if you put your intention in the love, you actually surround them with the chi, like Tai Chi exercises. Flexing, you give a squeeze, it actually envelops them in the intention of I love you. That's why when you hug someone who doesn't love you very much, or they're just a bitch, it feels like you're hugging like an angry cat, you know? Even if they're hugging you, it's like something's up. That's the bad witchcraft love hug thing. You don't want to do that. So you can totally give people big hug witchcraft. It's an energy. It's an actual blasting them with actual chi, emitting a frequency, a signal from your body into their body. It's a thing. Well, good morning. Where in the world are you? Since it's nighttime right here, it's 10:33 and I'm going to go to bed shortly. I'm going to wait and then I'm going to turn this off. Chris is still going to town with the likes. Chris, you crazy son of a bitch. We're at 19,000. Romania. I've never been to Romania. I've done Poland and Russia and Ukraine, Czech Republic, but I've never done Romania. You're going to get us to 20? Okay, get us to 20 G's real quick. Get us to 20,000. Oh, yeah, drink your water. Drink your water, guys. Hit the screen. We're at 19.6. Get it to 20,000. Had a hug from my son. Saved me earlier. Yup. Good. I'm glad you got the focus on not focusing. Look at you guys being friends. Maybe I should just let the live run. I'll just let it run. I'll just sleep. I'll be sleeping in my bed and you guys can just talk amongst yourselves. Oh, it's hard. It's honestly hard to stop sometimes. I just like hanging out with you guys. It's really fun. Holy shit, we got the 20, Chris. Now, it's blasting. You guys are blasting those love. Okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom again, and then I'm going to see how many likes it is when I come back. Talk amongst yourselves. Ow! Mamacita! I've been sitting too long. $24,000. You guys are batshit crazy. It's ridiculous. Oh! I'm just going to put some stuff away. We only got 2 love spells left, guys. I got to go to the witch store. You know? We'll run out of... God, who made this mess over here? There's shit everywhere. Oh, what's in here? What's in this one? Oh! Look at that. I forgot I had these. These were some holy rollers. I can't remember what it's called. One is the tobacco, the fancy ones for smudging. You're supposed to use them in ceremony. I'm not a very good hippie. Somebody gave them to me. They were like, to this big ceremony. This is the meditation circle I was running. And they were like, they talked to me about, they were very important. I don't remember everything they said, but the guy sang a little song to him. Like, kind of thing like that. And I was like, thank you. I still have them. They smell great. Probably should do something holy with them. Anyway. Do you only burn soy or does it not matter to you? I don't know. Soy? Chris? Soy candles? Nothing matters to me, Chris. Nothing. Everything matters. It's all very important. These smell great. They don't smell like cigarettes. They're something else. I don't think you're supposed to inhale them. You're supposed to like puff on them and blow them on people to get bad spirits out and things. It's kind of like sage. I don't remember. The guy that gave them to me, he was so devout. He was like really, it was really meaningful to him. So I obviously took good care of him, you know? Yeah, I'll burn some soy sauce candles. That sounds fucking awesome. Light a bunch of soy sauce candles on fire. These look like they're going to make for a shitty spell. They're all bent, whacked out. We're not going to do these for a spell. I'm going to put them in this little bag here. I'm just not that great of a hippie. You know? People give me all this hippie stuff. Yep, I'll be back tomorrow. What day is it today? Is it a Monday? I think it's Monday. I think Sarah and the kids will probably come up tomorrow. Maybe we'll hang out with them, but they're not going to stay too late. 30, you guys are wild. Might as well get to 50. Hey, thanks for the rose. I'll ring a bell while I clean shit up. How's that sound? You guys get to 50. It'll be great. You guys, you're busy little thumbs. What do the likes mean? It just means we're all full of love, you know? We got a lot of love in here. Which is cool. I appreciate it. Oh, look at this. A little dinger. If you guys need a good dinger, Woodstock Chimes. I remember this brand because I was looking up who had actually like tuned chimes, you know, to a particular pitch and frequency. Because I was like, look, if I'm going to get a dinger, I'm going to get a dinger that's actually intentional. You can feel the dinginess in your soul. You know what I'm saying? Did you feel it? You felt it. Threw a rose for that ding. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dang, 6. That's a ding to that. Wait. What else do we got? We got a different kind of dinger. And it doesn't. What the fuck's this dinger for? Ooh. That's a nice one. Will it do this? Nope. We're winding down. Good night. I love you guys if you're signing off. You love that there? Woodstock Chimes. Yeah. Okay, see? You know what's up. The Woodstock Chime dingers, they ding like with the best of them. You know what I'm saying? 35,000, 35,007. It's going to be 36 soon. We're not doing 50. I can't do this, guys. You're going to have to make your little thumb faster than that. I'm not going to be able to hang. I can't do it. I want to go to bed. Oh. I've been kind of slacking on my morning routine, you know. I'm getting a little off. I gotta get my shit together. It's important to me to stay in a good groove, you know. Because if you get out of the groove, it's hard to get back in the groove. And I feel like I'm getting out of the groove a little bit, and I like to stay in the groove. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Oh, next time my lights are going to be charged up so I don't have to pull out the janky ass light. Got a love spell cooking still. Where are we at? We're going to 40, okay? That's it. We're not doing 50,000. Stay in the groove. Yeah. I need the Emperor's new groove. And it's fine. If you get out of your groove, like, don't ever judge yourself, you know? Like, that'll fuck you up even more. Just be like, oh, here I am in this spot in life. I'm gonna just do what I like. I'm gonna like create a different groove, and I'm gonna be that one, and that's all good. Because if you judge yourself, then you end up being like, oh, I suck, and then you end up staying out of the groove any longer. Oh, any advice for when you see little people wrestle tomorrow? I want to come. That sounds amazing. Just go wild. Just get so hype. Like, just get so hype. That's the only way to do that. What do you think of self-sabotage? People who don't believe they deserve to be happy. Then they're definitely not going to be happy. I think that. And that's a bummer. That's why it's important to love yourself. Okay, we're almost there. Only 800 more. Look up, yawning. That's how you know it's time. Look at me. My eyes get all red. It's when it's time. Love from Australia. Helps you through some dark shit. That makes me really happy. I'm glad. Oh, also, since you guys are still here, if anybody, remember, if you need some emotional alchemy, working through some shit, some big emotions, you can schedule a call with the lovely Sarah or myself. One more time. Those two. Cute as shit. Just really, just cute as shit. That's good. Okay, did we make it? Yes, 40,000. Guys, I love you. Big hug, everybody. Big hug. Love spell still burning. And we made it to 40. We're not doing 50. Chris, slow it down. Glock's glitter, slow it down. Nico thumb up. Nico thumb up. Slow it down. Slow it right down. Ricky, motherfucker, you send it out. You slow it right down. You're still doing it. You're still doing it. I see you. I see you guys. God, Brenda, fuck. God. I gotta go. I love you guys. Let's do this again tomorrow. All right? I'll be on. I'm gonna go see sunset. You're still doing it. Good try the last name. Okay. Tomorrow, I'm going to go watch sunset. Sunset's at 7, and then I'll come back, and we'll be on like 7:38, something like that, Pacific Standard Time. And then we'll do some more vibes, and we'll talk about some crazy shit, and probably play some guitar and ding a bowl, which is basically what we do every night. Well, then again, if Sarah and the kids come up, they're not going to stay super late, but maybe they'll be on for a little bit, and then I'll kick them out because they got school in the morning. But you might get to meet them. Boom. See you later. I love you all.